Hello everyone, welcome to ALR, where tonight we are in bronze. It is the Canadian Grand Prix round 5 of season 4 of bronze, and of course we have had 4 different Grand Prix winners to start off what has been an absolutely fantastic season, and as it's been brilliant. Really well done indeed. Then of course we've had Jamie Enright who's won a Grand Prix, we've had Thea who's won a Grand Prix, Ert has won a Grand Prix, and Joseph has won a Grand Prix as well. However, in the however in the qualified session it's completely different, isn't it? As of course it has been a very much domination, hasn't it, from Enright, who's had 3 pole position from the first 4 Grand Prix. Only one man has stopped it, and that is a mortal, or in our case AC Immortal. Then so good stuff indeed. Then right then is we are now getting ready for the Canadian Grand Prix. 14 turns and around this classic Grand Prix circuit there, as we have 3 DRS zones as well. We got, which is of course broken up by some chicanes, which seems quite simple on paper, doesn't it? But it's anything but simple. It is indeed, isn't it? Let's go through the drivers and the constructor standings, shall we? It's very close at the moment as well. It's in the bronze. I got to say, I have no idea about what is going to unfold, not only in this race, but also in the races to come. It's absolutely brilliant. It really is. Let's take a quick look then at the drivers of the constructor. Ayrton leads the championship, 2 points in front of Theo, who's in second position. Enright has moved up 2 positions, is now in third. Vintage had I think he's been the star of the race season for me so far. Fantastic for Vintage. Hopefully I'm putting the commentator's curse on him, but he's 4th for the moment. Joseph's great win in Baku last week there has elevated him up 6 positions there. Chappie in 6th, 7th is Swanshanks with Billet in 8th position, Echo in 9th, and 10th position is Camera Racer. The drivers not scored so far is Alibi and Phelan, Roscoe, Shatters, and Baz all haven't scored yet, unfortunately. In the constructors' standings, it is McLaren lead them 2 points in front of the Aston Martin, who have jumped up 7 positions. They are now right into the thick of things as well. Goodness gracious me, so close in the constructors, absolutely incredible. Williams are in 3rd position as well, the defending constructors champions. They are quite successful in the bronze category. They are 3rd at the moment and only 9 points adrift, and that is absolutely nothing in constructors trim. Ferrari have down 2 positions, and Mercedes down 2 positions as well. Red Bull down a position, and Haas are also down a position. And Alfa Romeo status quo in 8th position. Alpine is off the bottom, as Alpha Tauri, I should say, is right at the foot of the table then. So there is your that is your championship then, and let's get going, shall we then, for the start of qualifying as well. And believe it or not, it is dry. My word then. That's absolutely great stuff, Ben. So, yeah, it's dry. And, of course, we've had absolutely appalling weather conditions, haven't we, over the course of the last couple of days or so. It's been absolutely horrific, hasn't it? Of course, the ALR Twitter, Instagram, and all those other social media things, I suppose. I have no idea about social media. All I know is that I log in, moan about something, and I log back out. That's kind of how I roll in in the old world of social media. But yes, in terms of the social media world, hang on, let me get the tweet back up, because I love this tweet. I do love a good stat. Of course, it says, according to Google, it rains on average of 163 days a year in Montreal. By the way, I'm taking that now. We have seen 2 of those days of rain this week, both in gold and silver, having to cope with those drinking conditions. We're going to have a hat trick of wet races tonight. Then, yes, I must say that's a great tweet. I love that. I love all the beautiful stats like that. So absolutely great stuff indeed. I'm taking that now, and that is now mine. But of course, so well done there, Coach Becca, who's the social media manager, isn't she, of the ALR social media world. There's some good stuff indeed there. Love the research, and also love those snippets of information as well. Just got Billet, who's out on circuit at the moment. Good stuff indeed there for Billet. He had a good race last week, didn't he? He was involved in some shenanigans, wasn't he, there? But and of course, unfortunately, him and Mings had a brutal Odom smash towards the end of the Grand Prix. But Billet did get on the podium. Right, he should have got on the podium in Bahrain, really. So in the two of the first 4 races, he should have and it could have been on the podium there. Unfortunately, though, if spirals backwards, it's fun one, isn't it? So we've got a yellow flag already. There's Billet is retired from the session because I think Billet's actually got a qualifying ban, really, hasn't he? So there we go. So just watching Ross G then in the Alpine car accelerated away now. So Ross G is going to be the man to take us on a lap. Then this is fourth Grand Prix start now for ALR Silver. So good stuff indeed there for Ross G. I think he's becoming a fixture of ALR, and it's great for this season. It's brilliant stuff indeed, isn't it? He's got 15 points. So unfortunately, though, is 2 of his 3 starts. He has not finished the Grand Prix. He's also invalidated that time as well, Ross G has, so he's going to have another bite of the cherry, unfortunately, there for Ross G. I'm just coming from, basically, I feel a bit on the back foot at the moment now, as I've been rushing around and kind of, I feel a bit against the grain tonight. And lovely helmet design there, by the way, from Spudder as well, in the Williams, I was going to say Renault, but it's the Mercedes, isn't it, the Williams Mercedes. Theo, hello, how are you doing? I am very well, Theo. I hope you are indeed as well. Of course, Theo, one of the 4 Grand Prix winners this season. Remember last night we had exactly the same as we did here tonight, where we have 4 different Grand Prix winners in the first 4 races of silver, as we have in bronze. However, that momentum was finished there when Dylan, the bronze world champion, took a victory for the 2nd time this season, and has taken a huge step to the top of the stands as well. Coming across the line is Spud, then to start us off, and so Spud is fast at the moment. This qualifying 1 session is not about being the fastest, but it's about, oh goodness me, he has spun the car around there. Spud head has there, so that's not looking that's not looking too fruitful, is it? Last time Grand Prix winner Joseph is currently 2nd fastest, 10th of a second away from Spud. On board Craig R, which, if I'm not very much mistaken, this is his David's night, and so welcome Craig R. And of course, I hope he's going to enjoy the ride. Then his first time lap in ALR is a 10.0 then, so that is very modest indeed there for Craig R. And I feel that it's oh my golly gosh, then what is going on here? And we have had some issues there with Mings there. Looks like he has got he has had some issues there, and I'm not sure. I just seen he might have a drive-through penalty, not a drive-through penalty, a 5-place grip penalty here then, as something has gone appallingly wrong then, and RD Wee looks like it was involved. I'm not sure if RD Wee is involved as well, but Mings certainly was there. Mings is still probably, I would still be very furious if I was Mings there after the issues in Baku. Fortunately, of course, it was deemed to be Billet's fault, unfortunately. Oh, goodness me, it's Silver there, just like glancing blow of the wall. So it's in the Ferrari, but Ayrton's gone full fast mode now. Ben Gallagher has gone 3rd fastest then in the AlphaTauri. It is the AlphaTauri, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately, Billet was the man then. It was deemed to be at fault for that incident now. But it's racing, though, is it really there? Unfortunately, there it was just a squeeze too much there from Billet, wasn't it? And that's why he has got a qualifying ban there. But also, it looks like that we've got some issues there for Mings as well. We'll check that out at the end of the qualifying session anyway. Let me quickly go back to the comments, shall we? Because I'm making a meal of this so far. Not really. I've been 6 minutes into the session. I haven't even read one comment out. Yes, I have. I've read one out. Now it's Theo asking how I was doing. Jamie Enright saying, like it up then. Of course, good stuff indeed. Give us a good old like, a thumbs up, subscribe, and all that kind of jazz then. I'm getting quite good at this YouTube malarkey now, isn't it? It's not like I've been doing this for 6 seasons. We got Silver now in 6th position in the Ferrari in front of his teammate Theo. However, Theo is going for a 2nd bite of the cherry now then. Lewis G, who's on and out lap in the Aston Martin, and he got 5th position last month, didn't he? He's now got a 4-time driving bronze, so welcome. Oh no, and that is not good at all. Oh goodness me, Alabai is in the barrier, and that's not good for Alabai. He's had a bit of a difficult start to his season this season, isn't he? Cryptic Alabai, unfortunately, he has had. Well, it's only had 1 star, Cryptic Alibi, and 1 DNF by the looks of things. Yeah, that's so it's not been looking too fruitful for Alibi at the moment, has it? And we've also got Lewis G also invalidated his track lap as well. Then, unfortunately, Irvine is out of qualifying as well, unfortunately, and he's crashed going into the pit, has he? No, he hasn't. He's crashed on the exit there. Goodness me, and Irvine now, another driver who's so quick, but unfortunately he's got points, but he hasn't. I don't think he's in the checkered flag yet, has he, Irvine, hasn't it? I'll have a look in a minute then. But as and right there, starting us up, so of course the man who's been the man, the myth, the legend in qualifying trims, absolutely majorly good indeed, isn't he? In 1 lap trim there, and right is very impressive stuff. To say at least there for the Haas driver. What's his teammate doing? His teammate is just in front of us as well. We've got hello, Kaz saying hello all. Good evening, Kaz. Ben Gallagher saying hope we are back again, boys. And Ayrton saying hello. As we've also got Liam saying evening all. Dry race, thank goodness, thank gosh there from right then. Yeah, so it looks like we've got dry qualifying and race, which is the first time in this whole week, hasn't it? There, it's the last 2 nights then have been absolutely appalling weather conditions. They really have, haven't they? It's been oh goodness me, it's been very wet, hasn't it? It's I got to say the weather has been quite apt to few as a fish, really, wasn't it? But nevertheless, I've quite enjoyed the racing, and I must say, last night's driving was absolutely impeccable. It really was, wasn't it? In the wet conditions there, the monsoon conditions as well. Remember, there is no monsoon tyres in Formula 1 anymore, is there? And somehow the silver drivers kept it on the island, literally and figuratively, because of course this is a man-made island. Very impressive stuff indeed there. Is that Enright has not set a time there because he's invalidated his time. Lewis G has though. Lewis G has gone faster by 10th of a second in front of Spudhead. So good stuff indeed there for the Aston Martin driver, car 92 there for the famous British racing green car. Albeit it's a bit of a darker green, isn't it? Enright's also invalidated this time as well then. So Enright's got to get a move on here. Here comes the second man, the most experienced in bronze history. This is Camera Racer in car 2 in the Alfa Romeo out of the final turn as well. And now going across the line as well, and Camera Racer going into 10th position as well. Carsena race hashtag 2 in the Commonwealth schedule there for Carsena. It is also going to be a Ferrari Run 2 as well. Good stuff indeed. And Ardui is not fast at the moment. Just take a look then. Kaz, good joke there. As we've also got Chaz there saying with a lovely wavy there. Good stuff. Great stuff indeed then. There's Pillar saying good evening, one and all then. Kakarot Goku, evening all. The Q1 gang now, Critical Alibi. Unfortunately, Critical Alibi, I think what I meant by that is he's out of qualifying, unfortunately. There, him, Billet and Irvine all out of qualifying, unfortunately. Search question, Silver, have I missed the race? Vince still say good evening all then. His Critical Alibi has gone well, Ben. At least I made a few turns there. As Search question said, has said wrong wall there. Kaz saying that there's a call for snow. I'd love to see a bit of snow in Formula 1. Goodness me, that'd be very good, wouldn't it? Lewis G's done 3 laps on their soft tyres and a Camera Racer. Goodness gracious me, and that is all kinds of wheelie coming out of the final turn. And he is now second fastest as well then in the Alfa Romeo car. Good stuff indeed there. Brilliant stuff there from a Camera Racer. Bearing in mind as well, do you remember last night, of course, our pole position from last night was actually Welsh Maranado in the Williams car. That was her second pole position of the season. Remember though, the pace that she had through that final chicane was absolutely incredible. I really think that is where she gained a lot of her time. And Camera Racer, I think, has done something very similar to that tonight. And he looks very good in that final chicane. Now you can it's very that final chicane is where you can win it or lose it. Really, it's all or nothing in that final chicane. You cannot be too concerned about the chicane. You got to take it by the scruff of the neck, haven't you? Going into that one as well. But of course, if you take it too much, you'll get a penalty. If you don't take it enough, then you'll lose a abundance amount of time. Here comes Enright as well then, and that's a good bit of commitment as well then. But he's lost a bit of momentum on the X then. But let's see how that does on the stopwatch. It comes across the line. Enright goes 9th fast at the moment there. The man who's furring the World Championship in car 2 as he takes the shortcut across turn 1 there. Is that going to be safe? Well, we're going to find out in a minute. Gallagher is doing a very good job there. Of course, this is Gallagher's second Grand Prix in bronze now, of course, in the AlphaTauri car. And I think in the race he's been a part of in ALR, I think he's acquitted himself very nicely indeed, hasn't he? One of a driver then that has certainly ruffled a few feathers, hasn't he? And he's certainly one to watch in the future. I'll be looking forward to seeing what he does when he gets a full-time seat in this division. In ALR, whether it's this division or another division, remains to be seen. And here comes Mings then, who we think has got a cloud above him. Believe it or not, there's no clouds in the sky for once this week. Oh no! And Craig is into the barrier on the exit of the oh goodness me, on the exit there of and the final chicane, and he is out. Craig, who was in his debut tonight and was doing a good job as well. That was a solid position Craig was in. He's now, well, he's technically in a solid position. Unfortunately, he's hit something solid as well. He's in the wall, and he is out of qualifying, unfortunately. And yeah, that's so we've lost a lot of drivers already in this qualifying session. It's a brutal session as well. Here comes Vintage, lovely helmet design here from Vintage, as he is down into the hairpin as well. So another driver that has hit the Armco barrier and is out of this race, unfortunately. So that is such a shame indeed. And we got Echo saying evening. Good evening, Echo. As young Tommy saying evening, everyone. I can't say my helmet is getting worked on for my home track. Then I cannot wait there. I do love helmet designs there. Irvine is saying, and I don't mind starting last. So I can take my time at the back end so I can actually see the checker flag. Then Kaz saying good luck, George. Well, Sirius saying come on, camera lad. Then Vintage is going there 12 fast at the moment now in the Red Bull. Good stuff indeed there from Vintage. Mings is invalidated this time again, and the time is now starting to become against the Mings, the McLaren driver. Remember, if he hasn't got a 5-place grid penalty, he'll be starting 19th on the grid if he finishes where he is at the moment there. Swanshanks is on an outlap at the moment. Swanshanks has probably been one of the most unluckiest drivers in ALR thus far. Swanshanks, he's got 25 points to his name now. I think his Shatters as well, his teammate, who is not here tonight then, but goodness me, he probably could have and should have scored a lot more points than what he has, Shatters has. On board there, a car 45, which is Swanshanks then, accelerating away and going underneath the trees as well. And Sirius Rush said, I'll be here next season. And Sirius Rush there is struggling at the moment now in Silver. Well, Sirius Rush was the only driver really to participate in all and every single Grand Prix that ALR has hosted in a single division now. I think, anyway, I'm going to have to look at that stat, but I definitely know he's definitely the only driver to take part in every single silver Grand Prix race, which is absolutely incredible, is it, to say the least, there from Sirius Rush. And hopefully he continue that trend then. But he is having a bit of trouble, isn't he, at this stage of proceeding in the season. So hopefully Sirius Rush now could dust himself down there and really kick on. It's such a tough start in the opening couple of races. I said the opening 4 races is probably one of the most difficult starts in ALR history. There's a wheel just randomly in the course there. Swanshank's gone 13 faster, which is enough at the moment to get himself out of qualifying 1 then. We'll see if that's enough then by the end of this session. Then we've got 3.5 minutes to go on this one. It's lovely. It's Montreal sunshine out there. I don't know, absolutely beautiful stuff indeed. And just as Critical Alibi said, so how has Ayrton kept his wheel in? I wonder if Ayrton must have had a trip across the grass somewhere. As Sir Trisha said, Ammon has stronger cars. As we got yellow flags fluttering out there again then. I think it's the one the Aston Martins so just getting out of the way. Mings at the moment there is the driver that we're looking at the moment now. Oh gosh, sir, not anymore! He is in the Armco barrier. The Wall of Champions has claimed another victim. And Mings is now out of qualifying, and I think he'll be at the back of the grid then for the McLaren Mercedes car. Oh no. And that is that's pretty disappointed there from Mings. And he was having a bit of a nightmare qualifying session already, and that's kind of ended his nightmare. And I think that's kind of our drivers. We know who is going to be through in qualifying now with just under 2 minutes to go in this session, and so we kind of know the results already, unfortunately. But yeah, that's not good at all, is it, from for Mings there, which is such a shame indeed, isn't it? Let me quickly catch up with the comments, shall we? As Critical would say, it makes sense when I was talking about the admins do have stronger cars. I'm not sure what happened to my car, though, because my car used to fall apart when I touched the wall last year. Whereas Kakarot Goku asked if it's a wet race. No, we think it's a dry race indeed. That Spud is retired from the session now, so he's all fine and dandy. You can say he's high and dry there. Ross G there having another bite of cherry as well. Have all retired on the bottom of been into the bar there for Becca. No, not all of them there, as unfortunately Billet is at a qualifying ban, but everyone else has actually gone into the wall and hit something hard, unfortunately, which is a bit brutal. Theo saying he was on for an 8-9 now, which is, so he's a bit disappointed by that one. As we're just watching Rossi flying past me now, almost knocked my wig off there. He was so quick. Out of the final turn then, let's see what he can do. My laptop keeps going off, it's annoying me now. Rossi goes fast as well. 09007, he's got a license to thrill here in Canada, and he is currently on top spot here in in Montreal. Good stuff there. Indeed, then Silva. Oh goodness me, Silva has got some broken wings there, hasn't he? In the Ferrari, he's gonna have to limp back into the pit lane then for Silva. Unfortunately, what about Joseph? And what's he doing? And Joseph coming out of the final turn then. Lovely yellow helmet design here from Joseph. Loving that. Well, less than a minute to go, but he's fastest now there. And wow, is that track evolution? I think the track will be in quite quickly now. It's quite a steep incline in terms of track evolution around Montreal there, as this track gets quite a beating, doesn't it, over the course of the season there. Of course, it does snow up here a lot, doesn't it, here in Canada? I think, anyway, we might have to ask one of our resident Canadian drivers about that, but I'm sure that is definitely the case, isn't it? If I'm not very much mistaken. Quickly going back then as Crypto said, but yes, everyone. Oh yeah, 100% crashed into the wall there. Unfortunately, Crypto boy did have a big old smash there, which is such a shame then. Yes, indeed. There. So I think that there's a new wall of champions, isn't it? Ross G has just gone fastest by Whisker by less than, well, just over half a tenth of a second now. Quite close indeed. I'm loving this at the moment now. Oh goodness gracious me then. Emerson saying good luck Ayrton and Ferrari. Spudhead saying hello. Jamie Enright is going at bonjour then. So good stuff indeed. Of course, Canada, I think, is their first language. It's French, isn't it? I believe it is, anyway. RDW is currently in a solid 11th position on there, so that's very good stuff indeed. And I think I'll caught up with the comments there. Apologies if I missed any off there, but my phone kept rotating there. Believe it or not, when it turns on its side, it rotates, which absolutely really kerfuffles me. There you go, technology really kerfuffles me. Anyway, though, I finally, as we finally have now, have a coloured TV. RDW there, who's cutting the grass there, so good stuff indeed there for RDW, but unfortunately he's lost his front wing now, so that ain't going to help, is it? Is that qualified? Yes, so we're just taking a look to see when RDW comes to the pits, but the checker flag is fluttering in the Canadian breeze here, and we are just waiting for RDW to come back into the pits, and that's the end of qualifying one then, and it was quite a costly qualifying one in terms of the damage on the cars, and also for some of the driver performances as well, as RDW cruises back into the pits, but he is through into qualifying two. Absolutely very good stuff indeed. Critical Alibi saying Q2 is overrated anyway, so to be honest, I think I've been out of qualifying more ones. I've qualified in Q2 and Q3. Would be a cool stat, and I gotta be honest, I don't do the qualifying stats anymore because I used to sit here and do them, and unfortunately I had no life, so I'm not doing that anymore. But yes, I think that you probably have been Critical Alibi. Unfortunately, Critical Alibi's qualifying, it's probably his Achilles heel, isn't it? They're probably similar to Dan Murphy, who always seems to be at the back of the field as well, especially lately. Right then, at the end of qualifying one then, this is how it looks at. Sending 300 a second between Ross G and Joseph then. That is the top of the timesheets. At the bottom now is where we're focused on the moment. We have lost quite an umpteen amount of cars, which is Irvine, Bullet, Phelan, Alibi, Mings and Craig all out of qualifying, unfortunately. And Mings does now have 5 place grid penalty, so am I speaking absolute gibberish here? I think I am, ain't I thought that I've seen someone have 5 place grid penalty, so perhaps I'm speaking absolute hogwash there. So if that's the case, I must apologise profusely to Mings there, as I have been giving you all rubbish information there. Right, we're counting down into qualifying 2 then. Of course, the qualifying 2 then, this is where it starts to get really interesting. So far in qualifying 2, we haven't really had much in terms of strategy, have we? Because it's been a wet race more in the last 2 nights, hasn't it? And so tonight we are going to be talking about strategy. We are going to be talking about who is going to be starting on what tires and all that kind of jazz there. I know you're all very intrigued about the strategies that the drivers are going to go on. It's quite nice actually to have a full dry race there where you can actually talk about strategy, because I'm a bit sad really, and I do enjoy the finer fruits of life then. Not the actual fruit of life then, because if you ever catch me eating fruit, I'm very ill indeed. Right then, as we're now 30 seconds into qualifying 2, we're watching the Paddock Club now. Beautiful sunshine. So I remember, it was really hot one year, wasn't it, where the track started to break up. I know, wasn't it the Belgian Grand Prix 1985, 84, where they were sent home, weren't they, because it was so hot there, believe it or not, that the track was breaking up and it was unsafe. I can't believe I'm saying that in Belgium now. Of course, as Belgium is renowned for its wet races, isn't it, and its own weather climate as well. I don't want to say this there, but I'm going to anyway. It's apparently meant to be a wet weekend in Spa, isn't it? Of course, Formula Formula One returns, doesn't it, after a 4-week hiatus there, and I didn't know what to do with myself, but unfortunately I have to go out and socialise, which is absolutely appalling stuff, and I'm not going to be doing that for a very long time. And now you've got a triple header there of Belgium, followed by the Dutch Grand Prix. I'm looking forward to Zandvoort. A lot of people are concerned that it's going to be a bit of a follow the leader kind of thing, but that track feels old school, and it feels like that it's going to be a great race there, I reckon, then, but I've really put the jinx on it now, put the brakes on it now, haven't I, really? But there we go. I do think the Zandvoort's going to be a cracking race. I'm really looking forward to that. And then, of course, there we are... then going to the Temple of Speed, the Italian Grand Prix as well. So that is 3 weeks of real F1 action. Of course, ALR were in action there right up until I think it's just after round 12, 13, where we've got a 2-week break. Then, as of course, normally at the back end of our season and Formula One as well, we do have to take a break there because, of course, we're all F1 fans at the end of the day, aren't we? And we do, and we're Formula One, and Formula One racing is where we're at then, of course. So we're obviously going to pick real F1 over ALR, aren't we? So now that's why we have a 2-week break then for the Mexican and the United States Grand Prix. Having said that, there's a rumour it might even be the Indianapolis Grand Prix that might be replacing the Australian Grand Prix as well. So yeah, that's going to get interesting, isn't it? So I think that the head of the calendar is going to have to really get his thinking cap on. Luckily, that is not me, so I'm happy with that. But then it was into the second part of the lap as well. Straight on the second part of straight. Now that's absolutely cracking stuff indeed, isn't it? It's Cryptic Alibi saying he's a poor man's Dan Murphy. That Cryptic, the Mazepin family would be proud of you. Yellow flag. Oh no! And what is going on there? We have seen, I think that there's a Aston Martin who's facing the wrong way. It's Joseph here who's doing a 3-point turn. And now he spins the car around and resets back on the track because he got damaged there. And I've got a bit of a not a very good camera shot there, and it looks okay. I say we need a better camera shot, but I must say, I said so many times there, but even when you can see the front wing, I don't actually know if it's damaged or not because the details of these front wings at the moment, it's absolutely incredible. Silva is off the circuit. Echo's gone faster so far. This is Echo's first Grand Prix since Spain, and I think if Silva gets away with that, then he's a very lucky chap indeed. Then he is a very lucky chap. Then he also lovely reset the track there. So Silva somehow was able to get back into the pit lane from that position. Wow, good stuff indeed there for Silva. Very impressed with that. Joseph's gone second fastest, and Echo Masters the quickest driver so far. Ayrton is down the bottom of the circuit now before accelerating away. We got Enright saying Mings has got a 5-place group penalty. Thank you very much for that, Enright. Yeah, so Mings has got a 5-place group penalty. It usually shows on the classification at the end of the last session, but it did it there. Unless I wasn't paying much attention then. I've had a very exciting day though. It's Ayrton has had too much excitement in that final turn, and unfortunately he's invalidated his time, and that means he's also going to invalidate his next time as well. It's a double whammy there for Ayrton. So he's going to have to go around again. Just watching Gallagher as well in the AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri in Silver and Cobalt at the moment. It's a very overpowered team, isn't it? There? It's running away with the joint constructors there. Gallagher coming over the final turn as well, and Gallagher goes fast there, 8 tenths of a second in front of Echo, and that's going to see a lot of drivers are going to be sitting up and taking notice of that there from Gallagher. Impressive stuff to say the very least then. Lewis there flying out of the final turn then, and he comes across the line. He's not straight lining it though, is he, Lewis? It's not, to me that feels like he might be going for a second time run. All the runs so far have been done on medium tyres there. Joseph has done a second time lap there. He's found 23 seconds there on his previous best. That's a good 17 there for Joseph, the former Grand Prix winner from last time out then. As of course that was a great performance indeed then. Just watching Ross G, who hasn't set a time yet, also on the medium compound tyres there. Cryptic saying, to be honest, my qualifying has lasted longer than one of Mazepin's races, so I think I'm a bit better there. Yes, indeed. I think that I got to say, Cryptic, but you actually have lasted a couple more corners as well than Mazepin's race there in Bahrain. As unfortunately, Mazepin decided to spin it at that pesky turn 3, which up until recently I didn't think was much of a corner there. But even in this season's ALR gold, silver, bronze, and cobalt races, there's a lot of spinners there, wasn't there? In Bahrain, wasn't it? So goodness gracious me. So that's a very tricky old corner there, isn't it? And just watching Ross G as well. Of course, it's Ross who's driving for the Alpine car tonight. Remember, the other is one of his Alpine teammates there, which was FIFA last night. was looking very formidable, wasn't he? But unfortunately didn't win that race because he got on the curb on the outside because he straightened up the car he was almost straight there, and the curb just spat him out there and spun him into the inside bar there. I couldn't believe it when I was seeing it, I must say. Just shows how pesky these curbs are this season. I was quite surprised to see that. Maybe the curb just held a bit of water in it perhaps then. I'm not sure. Camera racer going at 4 fastest at the moment there, and we'll be heading for action at the moment, so we're going to have a bit of a lull now in this qualifying session. We've got a couple of drivers on an outlap. Artie there just coming down the back straight. We got Silver who's going out for another bite of the chair as well. And Spud is actually starting top now, so that's very good time then. Well, now I'm going to pick up my phone and quickly read through the comments then once I've got a bit of a low. That's the Spirit Cryptic then. Just call me Mick Schumacher there from Cryptic Alibi as well. And of course that is nothing wrong with being Mick Schumacher, the Formula 2 World Champion there. And also in Caesar's Palace as well for Tango. I think that was back to where the track was so hot then, yeah. Caesar's Palace, goodness gracious me. Was that in the car park, was it? And I think they had the final championship races within Caesar's Palace's car park, wasn't it? 81 and 82? Was it 82? I can't remember, to be honest. I've got to say, the 82 World Champion was quite a weird one, wasn't it? Because I think the driver who won the championship at the end was Keke Rosberg, and I think he had won one Grand Prix, didn't he? Very much emulating our bronze World Champion from last season, Dylan. Dylan's got 2 Grand Prix wins now to his name in silver, which is 1 more than he had in bronze last season. But remember that the stat that I do leave out for bronze for Dylan is how incredible he was with just getting podiums there. He was a points machine, wasn't he? And that's what you need to be in that shortened season, which was last season. But Dylan there is really making it work this season as well, with 2 Grand Prix wins under his belt already for the AlphaTauri driver. Spud has just got into a full fastest mode. There's Silva has just got 9th fastest in the Ferrari. We got Artie Wee coming across the line as well. Artie Wee is at 9th fastest. He's under 10 so far. We're just watching a Vintage also exploring the tracks as well. Cryptic Alibi is saying worse than Latifi, but better than Mazepin there. Well, Latifi had scored 6 points, hasn't he, in that Williams car? So I think that's a very impressive indeed there for Nicholas Latifi. And just on board now with Vintage. Just want to say, a hyenas, isn't that like a dog creature? It might be. A hyenas is that where someone's gone missing now? I don't know actually. I'm saying all these big words, and perhaps I should actually get my thesaurus out and actually read what they mean. Troy saying evening. Hello, Troy. Of course, the Silver World Champion there in the comments as well. Tygo saying 82, I believe, and goodness me, then I'm very happy with that. That was really pulled from the back of my memory there, but. Yeah, I think that was the last time they raced in Caesar's Palace, wasn't it? They've had a lot of intro, oh, goodness me. Vintage there get a bit squirrely in the final turn now. Of course, this is quite apt, I suppose, for the stream now, because we are in North America, albeit we're in Canada, obviously, at least. But I suppose that's my justification for talking about the American Grand Prix races over the years. But yeah, they've had some interesting tracks, haven't they, over in America over the years there. Ayrton there, look at that, he's nailed the final sector, absolute like a peach. And he comes across the line, he is 2nd fastest, but he is on the soft tyres, Ayrton is there. So I'm wondering now if Ayrton's not feeling too confident there on the medium tyres, and perhaps track position, is it more crucial than strategy around here? Well, I would say yes, personally, but that is just a fool who is saying that. That fool is me. Swanshank is invalidated his time. Jamie Wright is going for a lap as well. Vintage is in some major difficulties there. He is out of qualifying Vintage. He's currently 11th fastest. And unfortunately for Vintage, though, he is the last try to set a time, so I think he might be tumbling down the order here. And that is not good. Yeah, he's into the barrier as well. So that is a brute. That is a shame now, isn't it, for... that's a shame now for Vintage. That's disappointing indeed. Then, yeah, going back to the American races. There's some really odd races, wasn't there? Because I think they had one in Dallas as well, didn't they? Where they went under that big old bridge. They was in Long Beach as well. I got to say, I quite liked Long Beach. Wasn't it where John Watson won for? I think it's the lowest Grand Prix winner ever, wasn't he? Where he won from 22nd on the grid, 83. 83, I think it was. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, please, because. Otherwise, I'm always going to be toiling and telling everyone all these porcupines, and I think I'm right. Serious Wrestling, if you say pesky again, Sean, a wild Scooby-Doo's going to appear. Jamie, you're right, saying I've got a bit of swag then. And talking of Scooby-Doo, talking of the devil, he is here. Jamie Enright's gone fifth fast on the medium tires then. Enright has been very good in qualifying, but I got to say, but tonight he is not looking that on form, is he, at the moment then? But he might be lulling us into a false sense of security then. So I'm going to keep up my opinions to myself. I say that, but I've already said it. I'm not really, but there we go. Field and lovely helmet designs for Field. I'm loving these helmet designs this year. They're absolutely good. They're so much better than last season. Just watching Field coming across the line. He is fast. It's on the soft tires as well for the Ferrari. Ferrari got a rich history here in Canada, haven't they? And Field is adding to that history as well here tonight then. And is that going to be saved for into qualifying too? Possibly. Camera Racers also on the soft tires. Right, yellow flag in sector 2 as Enright is crawling back to the pit on his medium compound tires at the moment then. As we got Shadow saying, good luck to all in bronze for the race tonight, especially my teammates Swan Chance. Get them poised for the AlphaTauri. Raging I can't make it tonight there for Shadow said. We're missing you, my good sir. I know, looking forward to seeing you in France in a week's time. Cryptic Alibi saying, miss having you around as well, Shadows. I echo that. Always watching Serious Mushroom. Ooh. We have also got Shadow saying, I will be back to DNF next week, Cryptic Alibi. Theo's TT time looks distant, so I'm expecting big things from him. And Becca just said that in the comments there. And about a couple of seconds later, he delivered then. Good stuff indeed then. Close with Lewis again from Ben Gallagher. Oof, it really is, isn't it? A good spot there from Ben Gallagher. As, I've been waffling on about all kinds of nonsense tonight. I've been talking about the qualifying. I need to do so, don't I? And yes, I will be doing that right now as Enright's just coming back into the pit. Said yes. So just elaborating on Ben Gallagher's comment there. 58 hundredths of a second then is 09.058 there for Gallagher. 09.079 there for Lewis G then. Less than 200 a second then. So Enright's is going for a second by the chair then. So this might be been why he was a bit down on pace then, because he's going for a second run here. And let's see how this pays off then. And Enright at the moment there, who is currently he's done 2 free laps now on these medium compound tyres, hasn't he? So how is this going to play out during the race then? Enright to me looks like he doesn't want to go on the soft tyres at all, does he? There's a couple of drivers here thinking about the soft tyres. We'll look to see who's done what then at the end of the session as well. Enright is going into the chicane as well before accelerating away, not going too far away then from the curve. Well, sorry, not going too far away then from the wall, is he? Now down into the hairpin as well. We've had a couple of clashes over the years here, haven't we? We had a couple last night as well. Hackland and Herbert, I remember straight to my mind there. Back in 95, man. I think we also, did we have Jacques Villeneuve clashing with his teammate as well? Ricardo's on in 2000. Perhaps, and of course, Villeneuve was on a great race up until where the rain fell there in 2000 there. Jacques Villeneuve, I gotta say, he's had a very unlucky time here in Canada, hasn't he? Let's take a look to see what Enright does. Then comes across the line. He's second fast. He's the fastest of the medium compound runners there. Whisker in front there, and that shows it to Enright. Definitely has the pace around here, doesn't he? So Enright there just showing us that he does have pace, and indeed that Enright going for his 4th pole position of his season in that Haas car. RDW is now trying to emulate to see what his teammates do then, so we're going to be on board now with RDW, and I've got to say, RDW is Ayrton's retired from the session, but he is safe and sound in the garage. RDW is invalidated his time now, so he's going to have to have another by the cherry. Echo is on the outside looking at the moment. There's one more place up for grabs then in qualifying for the moment. Silver out of qualified. Swanshank's out of qualified. We've also lost Vintage out of qualifying as well. Joseph is now on the back straight, the most recent winner in a bronze at the moment there in the Aston Martin. He is the 4th for Grand Prix winner so far, and look at how much he nails that second chicane. That's absolute inch perfect there from Joseph. Of course, 3rd in the World Championship in COBALT last season as well. Now breaking down into the hairpin as well. 40 miles an hour before getting back on the power as well. Car 27 then. We've already talked about the famous number 27 around here with Gilles Villeneuve and with Jean Alesi as well, haven't we, over the past couple of nights then? Are we going to be talking about another famous 27, but this time in the British Racing Green, in this time in the terms of Joseph as well, out of the final turn then, and that is great. Oh, the exit wasn't too great, and the entry was perfect there for Joseph. Is that going to cost exhaustive time, while it's an 8 recurring then. RDW then, and now let's see, it's RDW against Echo. Echo is 3/10 of a second up there. We've also got Camera Racer as well. The checker flag is fluttering in the breeze here as qualifying has come to an end then. Echo is into the pesky turn at 4. Gosh, there, and Echo is into the wall. And that is a clout and a half there for Echo. He improves by 10th of a second though, Echo does that, but I think he has put himself very vulnerable. Well, how has he? Or has he then? Because Camera Racer might be out qualified here. What could RDW do? He's a 10th of a second up in the first split time for RDW. It's the second time now. This really needs to nail it. Oh my gosh, he's on the curve, and that's a big smash there for RDW, and he's out of qualifying. But that's a lovely parking area right under the shade there for RDW. Unfortunately, he was on the curve there. He was a bit wayward, wasn't he? A bit wild going into turn 9 and 10, unfortunately. And RDW is out qualifying, and Camera Racer can breathe a huge sigh of relief there. My goodness me then. So RDW out qualifying, and that is quite a hefty impact indeed then. As Joseph is now just crawling back into the pits then. As Lewis G saying that it's going to be close for pole, and Critical Boy saying reserves at Alpine doing wonders for us, and as they're the only ones scoring for us at the moment there. As unfortunately, that is the case at the moment now. But I think the Baz, of course, Crypto Galloway can put that right here tonight then. And also remember that Baz was unlucky in Monaco. And I think in Baku as well, he probably he got involved in some shenanigans as well. Becca saying then 3 laps on the medium tyres could be dodgy though. 400 seconds separates, splits P2 and P4 there from Gallagher. It is very much nip and tuck, isn't it? That was a comment from some time ago then. Very close, very close indeed then. And talking to close there, Becca's also saying that was very close to the wall. Damien Wright saying that my tyres are only 5% now, so it's G. So yes, it is all good at the moment. Let's take a look at qualifying too then. Theo is fast in that final, in that second sector there with Joseph in second. They're both on the soft tyres. Ayrton, the other driver, along with Echo and Camera on the soft tyres as well. Silver, Swanshanks, RDW and Vintage. Unfortunately, is out of qualified as we now go into qualifying 3 then for the Canadian Grand Prix. And now then, as we are now counted down then to the start of qualifying 3 as well then. And as Emmerich saying, that was my first ever medium lap then in Montreal as well. As Louis G saying, mine's like 7% now. Echo saying that, how did I manage I didn't get damages beyond me. Goodness me, Echo didn't get any damage there. My gosh there, I've got to say, that car is as strong as an ox there, isn't it? Oh my word there, fantastic. Well, they do make them strong, don't they? Good gosh there in the Williams factory. Brilliant stuff indeed that as we're now then on at and now coming up to qualify for as well as Critical by saying I might need to start get good at this game because waiting for qualifying and 2 it's quite long then. Sirius Merchant has actually said a very good suggestion there for watch Emmerdale. Last time, Zach Dingle still in it. That was the last. I think that was the last time I watched it, Emmerdale. I think that it was Zach Dingle, wasn't it? There, and didn't they have? Wasn't there? There's a guy called Kane as well. I think wasn't there? Oh, good gosh, I don't think he was related to the Undertaker though. Out of the pits now comes Spud. Then we have got the Haas out there straight from the get-go, and that's N right there, who is of course got the most pole positions so far in ALR Bronze. And is he going to go for 4 out of 5 here tonight? Then that's a very impressive. Very impressive combination as well so far, isn't it? And right there, it's just it looks like he's very much in limpo mode. He's using these like very old school qualifiers, aren't they? Jamie Enright is goodness me, then he's absolutely treating those tires as gently as he possibly can there. Remember the old qualifying tires, they could only last for like 3/4 of a lap, couldn't they? Way back when then, is that they literally was as soft as anything. I think it was the 80s, wasn't it? Where also they had, oh goodness me, a Spud there. It's not treating his tires with any tender loving care there, is he? He's getting on the accelerator pedal quite heavily then, coming out of the hairpin as well. But we're going to enjoy that from Spud as well. He is now widened up and ready to let it go then. Now into the final sector, final turn, whatever. Spud out of the final turn. Let's go on board as well. He doesn't shorten the straight there when he's on a quick lap there because he wants to follow the racing line going into 1 and then into qualifying 2 before accelerating away and going through into 3 and 4 as well. And let's see how much Spud takes out. Not too much there. There's a bit of time left left on the table there for Cryptic, isn't there? But sorry from Spud, I keep reading the comments there. And now a go climbing over the curves there. Spud is taking a lot of curves there. I'm wondering if I unsettled the car. It felt like it there. It felt like it lost a bit of momentum there. Spud then now going into that bridge then. That's kind of your braking marker point, isn't it? Into 8 and 9 as well. Going over the curves there. Too much grass there for Spud there. I feel that there's a couple of niggly issues that he might have to put right in his second time run here in qualifying 3. Down into the hairpin as well and stamping on the loud pedal once again, and as he accelerates from the hairpin and now building up speed, then going over 170, 185 miles an hour, 190, look at this, going to touch 200 miles an hour. Oh my giddy gosh then, fantastic, break it down then into just 100 miles an hour. Oh no, and he's in the wall. Spud is out of qualifying, and my goodness me, that lap didn't like any commitment there, did it? As we just got a Alpine going across the line. He's fastest of Ross G at the moment now. Oh my word there, excuse me. Oh gosh there. We got oh my word, Ross G's on pole position at the moment. That is a almighty shunt there. That's a big one. And I think I've just quoted Becca, who has just said that in the comments as well. Joseph is on the second intermediate split time as well, but Gallagher is also out there. What about Lewis G? That's commitment. Oh my goodness gracious me then. Wow. That's what separates these incredible drivers and mere mortals like you and I. Absolutely incredible, isn't it? As they just throw it all in there, don't they? Sometimes it sticks sometimes it sticks there, sometimes it doesn't, unfortunately. And that was the case of Spud. Impressive stuff, but and now going into the final turn as well. And Joseph then out of the final turn, and let's see what he can do coming across the line. And Joseph goes second fast, around a tenth of a second away from Ross G, who is the benchmark in this qualifying session at this moment. Crypticello, as we got Camera Racer and I've got Crypticello boy on the brain here, aren't I? Goodness me. Jamie has invalidated his time here then, so that is my word there. And Gallagher, oh my gosh, cross the line full fast as that. It didn't represent, I gotta say, as Camera Racer has gone off in the area just between turn 4 and 5 and of course that's where Alonso met the end of his 2005 Grand Prix. Oh goodness me, I think Fizzy Keller also smashed there as well once, didn't he? I think Sutil also spun there. It's Lewis G's on pole position now, so it's the 2Gs on top again there. This time it's Lewis G in the Aston Martin. He's been looking quite impeccable, hasn't he, so far tonight? And once again looking very impressive. And brilliant 17 then Echo, who's just now on the back straight there. And I don't know how he didn't get damage there on his on that lap earlier on there. Oh no, oh he's going to get damage this time. That's a lot of damage there for Echo, and that's another car into the wall. That's the second Williams, I think, then it's gone into the wall in the same place, out of qualifying, and that is such a shame indeed then. So Echo and Spud are both into the Armco barriers then in the same place in this qualifying free session there. Gallagher into the pits then. Theo is on a lap at the moment, but he's 9 seconds down the road at the moment there from where he wants to be, or needs to be. So we'll go from there then. Liam has just said, it's a smash there. Second time's the charm, Echo lad there for zero smash up. Order of the day from Liam as well. And goodness me, there has been some smashing exits in this qualifying session thus far, hasn't it? Oh my word. Ooh. I'm also getting a bit sweaty with all these crashes as well. I gotta say, actually, though, my attire for tonight, I've got this like basketball jersey on, which has got a lot of holes in them. So hopefully, it might make me a bit more fresh by the end of the race. But I highly doubt it, because bronze is, I've got to say, bronze is as exciting as ever, and I'm expecting more of the same again here tonight. Here is our championship leader, Ayrton. Then I don't want to be critical of the young man, because I must say he's had a fantastic season, isn't he? But oh my goodness me, there. He wasn't leaving anything for the table in turn 3 and 4, was he? Of course, you can't be critical of him really, because he's in the World Championship, isn't he? But he's looking a bit on the back foot at the moment. There is the Exodus tonight in terms of the stakes there. But remember, his qualifying form means absolutely nothing to Ayrton, does it? There, because it's all about the race trim, isn't it? And Ayrton there didn't invalidate his time there, surprisingly. I thought he would have invalidated there. But yes, Ayrton may have a disappointing qualifying, but his race trim is where Ayrton's strongest form is, isn't it? there, and that is why he's leading the World Championship at the moment now. 2 points in front of Theo at the moment now, so going to make for a very extravagant and excited Grand Prix then. Becca has just spotted Ayrton's infringement there as Ayrton cheating the game then. Yes, indeed. I think he's got pad hacks, hasn't he? Hashtag Ayrton exposed that is going to be trending after this one. We've got Enright going into turn 1 then, before accelerating out and into turn 2. Here's been the king of qualifying, hasn't he, so far? Enright has there. I was saying earlier on in qualifying 2 that Enright was a bit beyond the 8 ball, but he really isn't, is he there? With his qualifying 2 form now on the medium tires, looking very impressive indeed there. Serious rush of to be an admin there is of course there Ayrton there. Yes, indeed there. I think Ayrton gets admin privileges there. That's why he was able to cut the corner. He did lose a lot of time though, because I think he backed off that turn, to be fair to Ayrton there. But yes, I thought that would have been a track extension there. As just now breaking down into the hairpin as well. Becca saying it can't be as bad as Silver Q3 yesterday with only 5 people doing a lap then. Yeah, it was a crazy Q3, wasn't there? It's a crazy qualifying for Silver, where it's been absolutely variable, to say the very least, hasn't it, in the opening two sessions in ALR this week. We've had rain and oh my word there, Enright there, oh gosh there, oh my word there, and Enright somehow catches the car, but he's lost an abundance amount of time, Enright, but fair play. That is a pretty impressive bit of car control there from the man who's thrown the World Championship, from the man who's been on pole position 3 times out of the first 4 Grand Prix. So that is really impressive car control, to say the least. Very good stuff there. Now we're just watching Lewis G from his rear diffuser here. I love this shot, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? To the left-hand side is the rain light as well. Hopefully you won't be seeing that rain light on unless they're harvesting here tonight. So hopefully then it's so hopefully, fingers crossed, that we don't have any rain at all. So I would just like to see a completely dry session there. The hairpin as well. And of course that's where they had to pull a bit of cement dust down, wasn't it, in 2010? I think it was, wasn't it? Where they was turn 10 was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? Or was it 2007 there? I don't know. I'm getting too old now. I can hardly remember. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, which I don't think I had anything. The final turn there for Lewis G, and I think Lewis G is going. He's on pole position there. Wow, an incredible time there for Lewis G there. So he is really ruffling the feathers out of his competitors here tonight. Lewis G is, and he's 4/10 of a second of the other G, of Ross G there. I think that's his brother, isn't it, Ross G? So yes, the 2 Gs that are currently top of the time sheet as well. The Aston Martin team are looking very formidable as well in at first and third then. Here's Enright. Here we go. So what can Enright do then? We're keeping on Enright because I was going to follow him on a lap there, but Ross G is currently on a lap as well at the moment. He's second in the time sheets at the moment now, and he is 4/10 of a second away from his brother then. So let's see what he can do then. Could we have a and I think he's backed off there. So never mind. Then we're going to go back to Jamie Enright. I was going to say, could we have 2 brothers on the podium then? Of course, we had that in Monaco as well, in COBALT as well. Could we have the same thing again here tonight? Remember back in 2001, I think we had 2 Schumachers on the podium, didn't we? Of Ralph and Michael. I think it happened a couple of times around here, didn't it? Didn't it happen in 2003 as well? Yellow flags is fluttering in the hairpin as the Aston Martin and the Alpine getting a bit too close for comfort there. As Enright there is pushing hard, isn't he? But the car is not compliant with Enright at the moment, is it? Enright, I wonder if he's getting a bit frustrated, a bit hard under the collar in this Haas car at the moment now. As yes, he's not setting the time sheets a lot at the moment, is he? The man who's been on the pole position the most so far this event. Then, Serge Martin saying, "I've had a grateful breakfast there. Good. Gosh, that's a healthy breakfast, isn't it? I got to say, I think I'd rather have nothing at all than the grape then. But there we go. But as I've already mentioned in this broadcast there, I'm not a fan of the oat fruit then. Look how dull it's got then. So the track temperature is going to drop now. Enright goes 6 fast there, 1.3 seconds improvement. But is that going to be the best he can do here tonight for Enright then? Well, it looks to be at the moment then. As Joseph is 6,700 second up in the first split time. Ross G, I think, is also on a quick lap as well. So look at this then. I reckon that Joseph, it might be a bit too far, might be a bit too close there to his competitor here. And if that is the case, then he's going to get a lot of the understeer, a lot of the dirty air off the back of the Alpine car, the wash from the wing. It's not going to help his turning angle. Nice 200 second there in the second sector. I did get Joseph's time, unfortunately, there, though, so shame on me. Accelerating away, then back up, then out the hairpin as well. Then it's looking, he's builds up the gears as well. Look at that DRS, and he gets a beep in his ear as the beep has got louder now. Is there as one of the updates there from the patch from yesterday, albeit I don't know if it's got louder or not because I don't actually race. Ross G then coming into the final turn as well. What about Joseph as well? Also in the final turn as well. Out of the final turn, and let's see what Ross G can do in the second fastest. What about Joseph? Joseph's on the front row of the grid there. He's used the safety to his advantage there, and he is on the front row of the grid there. So it's an Aston Martin 1-2 here tonight. The scenes there, the famous green car is on the front row of the grid here in Canada. Wow, absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then. Oh, amazing stuff. Coming down and into the final chicane for Ayrton out of the final turn. And what was Ayrton got in his arsenal? I really shouldn't say that word in front of Ayrton. Then it comes across the line, he goes so fast, and that's like good stuff. He feels in the wall, and he is out of the race. That's the third car into the barrier on the inside. That's where Kevin managed to that. He should say, what about Ben? And he's in fast. Oh, he's gone fifth fast in the end there. And I think that. I think that's the end of qualifying then. And wow, that was an action-packed end of qualifying, wasn't it? But the headline is, it is Lewis G, his first pole position of his career in ALR. My goodness me, fantastic stuff there from Lewis G. He's even in the pits there. He is Mr. Cool, isn't he? As cool as a cucumber there. Just sat in the pit lane whilst his rivals there was trying to match his time. No one can match his time tonight on the here and now. And he is on pole position then. Lewis G is for the Canadian Grand Prix. I've lost me mouse there. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, Lewis G on pole position. Now Joseph is alongside him on row one. It's an Aston Martin 1-2. The two drivers there are quite competitive, aren't they? The two drivers are quite competitive then. How are they going to play out this race? Is there going to be team orders there? I highly doubt it there, especially this the beginning of this season then. But it's going to get very interesting, isn't it? And that's what we want. That's what we like to see then. Right then. Anyway, let's quickly catch the comments then. As I just got Sop saying that, let's go Ben. Hashtag BSop. Then we've also got up the Sop from Blatant Rage as well. Up the Sop Ben, I should say. Then go Ben, go from Bailey as well. Serious Rush from 6 years apart. Damn my math fed. We've also got Theo 7.8ish in TT. He's going to be so annoyed there. Serious Rush, I think Cameron's just going to win it there. Becca saying nah, Cryptic Alibi with a recovery drive. Ben saying invalidated by millimeter would have got on the front row. What a shame there. Guna saying good luck Bronze said well done Lewis G and Joseph aka Joseph. We've also got Cryptic saying if he skips the wall of champions, Emirates saying my medium time's faster was faster. I'm going to do a 7.9 or 7 then if I didn't spin the last turn, unfortunately for end right then. But the headline is here in this qualifying free session is we got a new pole sitter. It is Lewis G on pole position and fantastic stuff in his fourth Grand Prix start in ALR. He is on the front row along with Joseph alongside my row one. His brother Ross G is right behind him in third position, and it's all G's on the first and third then starting right behind each other. Oh, this is going to get interesting, isn't it there? And hopefully there's no shenanigans going into turn one. If I say maybe an awkward Christmas dinner, even though it might be an awkward Christmas dinner because we're only in August. Maybe I don't know, summer dinner, I don't know really. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the race, shall we? Right then, here we go then for the start of the Grand Prix. Chaz is saying that some decent laps there, like there. Very impressive stuff indeed then. So here we go then, as we're going to start the Grand Prix itself. But before we do so, we've got the formation laps going, haven't we? Of course, see a formation lap, the lap before the race itself, and it's where the drivers can warm up their tyres, can get the car into pristine order, ready for that very long, short run down into turn one. It is a short run. It's not a long, short run. It's just a short run there. Here we go then. Critical Boy, what even is the strategy here? I can't really tell you because even if it was dry races, I still wouldn't be able to tell you because it goes over my head. Then you guys are way too smart for me. Liam saying then, good luck Bronze, I'll be watching. Oh my word, there's Sam saying hello as well. Great stuff indeed. 35 laps around the Grand Prix, around Montreal. Then let's get going, shall we? Look at those tyres. So this is the first dry start, I think, to the Grand Prix we've had in the last 2 nights. Let's go through the grid there, all on dry tyres. Only one dry on the hard tyres, and that's Ming said. Of course, he had a 5-place grid penalty. Glad Jamie was aware, because I certainly wasn't. Well, I thought I was. And then of course the graphic didn't tell me anything. Medium tyres there for Lewis G, but that means he's going to be vulnerable from his teammate going into turn 1 there. In the past, the teams have said whoever gets into turn 1 first, the fight is off. I don't think that's going to be the case here tonight, though, is it? For Ross G in 3rd position there on the medium tyres, Camera Racer in 4th position. That is Serious Motion's pick for the Grand Prix winner. He is on the soft tyres, so that is going to be an interesting part of this Grand Prix. Camera Racer has won a Grand Prix as well in his 33 Grand Prix starts in bronze. Gallagher in 5th position there on the medium tyres. Enright in 6th. 7th position is Ayrton, the championship leader, along with his closest challenger Theo in 8th position as well, also on the soft tyres. It's an all soft row before there. Spud in 9th position, had a massive clash there to finish off his race in his qualifying session there. The second Williams are also on row 5 as well. Williams will split their strategy. Medium tyres for Spud, soft tyres for Echo. Sylvan in 11th position there. Swanshanks in 12th position, the medium tyre row. RDW in 13th position there. He's gone soft, RDW, so he's going to be attacking down into turn 1 on the opening lap there. Vintage in 14th position. He's been the star of the show so far this season, Vintage has, and hopefully he can carry on that incredible pace there. Craig looked good in qualifying, but unfortunately we didn't see enough of him on his debut tonight, so let's see what Craig can do. Everyone from ALR wishes him good luck. 16th position is Alibi. Unfortunately, Alibi's been doing entertaining the crowd in the chat, but unfortunately he hasn't been entertaining us on track. Can he do so again here tonight on the medium tyres? Phelan in 17th position on soft tyres. Billet on the qualifying ban in 18th position. Irvine in 19th position. Ming's the only driver on the hard tyre. 20 cars here in Montreal. And then now we're on board the pole position now, which is Lewis G. Then this is going to get very interesting. Then the lights are on. Then now the revs are building. Here we go. Then for the start of the Grand Prix as well. Then the revs are building. We're go for the Montreal race here in Canada. And Lewis G gets the perfect starter. We had a bit of a nutset going down to turn 1 there. And Gallagher's had a cracking starter, but Ross G then back on the inside. Yellow flags. RDW is stuck on the star line. He stalled the car. RDW is hoping he can get going. Otherwise he's out of the race then. And look at this then. Ross G's going to have contact in the disqualification there for RDW, unfortunately, and he is out of the Grand Prix. What a shame there for RDW then. As now we've got him right as well. Ross G there is banging, he's banging wheels, and oh goodness me, Ross G, he's been spun around there, and Gallagher is over to confirm for this then. Ross G is right, is dropping down the order as well, and now what about Theo as well? Ross G is out of the Grand Prix. What's happened there? And Silver's also at the back of the field as well as a virtual safety car to start the Grand Prix. Oh, good Camera Racer, did he damage the car there as he had to brake quite suddenly? Theo and that is such a shame there. I don't think that deserved a 5-second penalty there. Ross G out of the Grand Prix already then, so that is not a very good start at all. It's we're just watching Lewis G with Joseph, who's currently first and second in the Aston Martin, so had the perfect start. 5-second penalty then for the drivers who have just come to blows of Theo and Camera Racer. Camera down 2 positions, Theo at 3 positions there. 8 positions for Phelan. My goodness me, he's took off like a scolded cat, hasn't he? Oh, good gosh there. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Lap 2 of the Grand Prix. Got a virtual safety car at the moment now. And well, no, we haven't, because we're back green here in Canada. Into the pits comes Ayrton. So the championship leaders having some issues there. So Ayrton is into the pit lane here. And it's not good there. He's changing the nose code on the Papaya McLaren. And Billet has now got past there. And he's now up in the 12th position. He's got past Alibi, who has dropped down to 13th position there with 14th position is and at 14th position at the moment there is it Craig Cram. Racer has dropped down the order as well. He has dropped down the order then, and now we've got Swanshanks, but he's been forced out wide there. As in, look at Vintage once again. They showed it. Oh gosh, that's a win gone off. That's a win gone off there for Camera Racer there. He's unfortunately understeered there into the barrier on the outside, and that is really put pay. Oh, Vintage there almost there, and now he's also finished there because Billet is flying up the order. He's up into 8 positions. He's up 9 positions here in this race there. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed then. And oh goodness me, going down into the hairpin as well. well. As Alibi is now up into 10th position there. Camera Racers drop down into 11th. So Vintage there just dropping down the order as well. The gap of the front is 3/10 second. They're both on different tire charges still at the moment there. We're keeping on that as it plays out. Enright there's had some issues there. What's happened there for Enright then? Has he damaged the car? I don't think he has, you know. Camaro is out of the Grand Prix. Vintage is out as well. And Vintage is off there. And Camaro's in the wall then. It's a safety car. It's madness in the opening couple laps here in Canada. Oh my goodness gracious me then. And wow, that was absolutely absolute anarchy there, wasn't it? But got a lot of green there, aren't we? But unfortunately, that's because one of the top runners is out of the Grand Prix. We've lost 4 drivers in the opening 3 laps here tonight. And unfortunately, it seems like a dry race just seems to really elevate the driver's senses, does it? There is that they seem to be very excitable, don't they? When they're getting off the start line in the wet, seems to dampen their spirits, does it? Pun intended. We're watching. Well, no, there's Spud. Then he's coming out the pits now on the hard tyres then. So safety car at the moment then. We're going to be seeing a couple of pit stops here. Enright needs to come in the pits. This is absolutely incredible stuff here in the Montreal Grand Prix. Safety car at the moment then. Bert Molander is waiting at the exit of turn 2 there. He's waiting for his crocodile then to catch up then. Is anyone going to come into the pits then here? Is it worth coming to the pits at this stage? Yes it is there. It is for Joseph then. And he's a Grand Prix winner in bronze as well. So he certainly knows what he's doing then. So he's the first of the top runners to go in the pits, and Theo has stayed out, who's on soft tires. So we've got a lot of pit action then, as Joseph is in and out, shaking all about then. Billet then is staying out as well. There's Joseph then. I'm just taking a look to see what Enright's in the pits as well. What tires are going to go on? He's staying on the same compound of tires and Enright is in. So staying on the medium tires as the Haas mechanics are going to work to repair his damaged vehicle here. Luckily though for Enright, he does out of a safety car there, so he wouldn't have lost as much time in race trim then. Craig making his debut tonight. He's gone to the hard tyres. Craig has it in the Mercedes then. So good stuff for Craig then. Unfortunately though, what is not so good stuff is he had to make a pit stop quite early on. Theo has still got that 5-second penalty at the moment there. As I've just had a look there, Becca's saying that Madrid have put in a 160 million bid for Mbappe. Oh my word! Oh, lower than that. That's a shame because I thought that Mbappe was going to Liverpool because I think that there's some. It's linked, isn't it? Because isn't Mbappe like sponsors with like Nike or something, but then Nike also sponsors, I don't know, but basically someone told me this theory and basically it's come true in my head because obviously I'm a Scouser. Right then, as just watching, we're watching Lewis G then, who's currently beyond the safety car at the moment then. As of just now, just watching the safety car then, so we'll be back in action in the not too distant future. So much saying there. Liam saying there, what a start there from Dean, absolutely cracking start. He's up into he's down in 12th position now then, but he's just going to the pits, that's why. So Dean, so Phelan is taking the opportunity to come in the pits and feels the only driver to stay on the soft tires at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. Serious Rush saying, I hate my predictions there. So do I, Serious Rush, that's why I don't do them anymore. So I keep, I must say, I think the Serious Rush were cut from the same cloth, aren't we? As every time we seem to say anything, the opposite seems to happen there. So, but luckily for Serious Rush there, he's not commentating. Having said that, though, the unfortunate thing for Serious Rush is that I've actually read it out there. So there we go. Unfortunately, me and Serious Rush, we're going to get the blame there now for whatever happens there. Good stuff indeed. That, or not so good, not such good stuff. Crypto Cowboy saying Liverpool put in a smaller bid. Liverpool have that much money, and you ain't driving. So yes, indeed, there's Critical Alibi should probably be more concerned about what is going on in front of him then rather than Liverpool's war chest, so to speak. But having said that, I probably should be more concentrated on commentating and talking about Liverpool's war chest as well. So there we go. We're both in the we're both in the bad books now. Anyway, it's out of the pits. Out comes Spud as well. Just to take a look at the comments, said yes, Emirates said I got damaged. That's a shame. So Jamie is just asking the viewers there for the strategy there. So that's I gotta say, I wish. I probably might ask for a strategy calls then perhaps later on as well. Just watch it as we've got Troy saying it makes sense as well. By the way, cracking start from you as well there for after a cracking up 13th position there for Bullet. Brilliant stuff indeed there. As I'm trying to catch up, it's goodness me that there's a lot of comments going on there. Unfortunately, Ross is out of the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, as he got thumped out. We seen Ross spinning around after he was having a great at Ding Dong. Was it with Camera Racer? I think it was, wasn't it? I think it was, wasn't it? But we didn't see the end of that, so that is such a shame then. It's a Serious Russian reckons it'd be medium soft there, so you can probably do 2 softs there, as Watchman is saying as well. Watchman had some pace last night, didn't she? Goodness me, it was quite scary at times, wasn't it? But I think I read earlier on then that she was driving angrily, wasn't she? But even still, driving angrily and having that pace, and oh my word there. Right then, I'm going to keep on keeping on this information as well, because also Becca's saying, and take the medium tires to lap 15 there, soft tires till 26 minutes, and then softs to the end of the race then. I'm going to screenshot that, but unfortunately, when I screenshot that, I'm probably going to turn my phone off, which I have done. There we go. Never mind. I'll have to turn it back on. Right then, we're on lap 6 now of the Canadian Grand Prix. The safety car's been out there now, so we've had a bit of an anarchy for retirement so far. Artie Week didn't go off the line, then he stalled. I'm not sure if there's some electronic issues or whatnot from the Haas car. Either way, he's out of the Grand Prix. Ross G, unfortunately had an almighty battle where I think it was a camera race, and elbows out. It was quite a I've got to say, it looked quite personal from the outside. Out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately, I think Ross G got collected. Out of the race, unfortunately, is Vintage. That's Vintage's first DNF for the season, if I'm not very much mistaken, and that is his first time that he's not going to be scoring in the season as well. He has had a 4th. He's had a 4th. He's had a 7th in Spain. Then he had a 5th in Monaco, and he had a 6th last time out in Azerbaijan. So that is such a shame now for Vintage. That's huge both one. Also out of the Grand Prix is camera race as well, which is Serious Mushrooms pick there. So blame Serious Mushroom on that front. Right then, let's get back racing. Safety cars in then, as Lewis G is just letting Bernd Mailander go off and into the distance there. Aston Martin have already got a Grand Prix win in ALR Bronze. This is the only division that Aston Martin have won in so far, and they are looking quite a strong outfit indeed. They had but Lewis G has had a pole position, and can he convert that into a Grand Prix win? Where is Joseph? He's currently fast. He's 8th on the grid at the moment. Sorry, 8th in the standings at the moment. But he has made a stop. We're green, and it's green for go. And here comes Lewis G, and it's also green for Lewis G as well, as he leads the Grand Prix, comes across the line then, and now we're back going again. Jamie Emmert's got a 3-second penalty. Craig's got a 3-second penalty as well. I don't think they was a bit too happy over the curbs there, weren't they? Oh, they follow chicane as well. What's Joseph doing then? He's right underneath the gearbox of Irvine then. Of course, Irvine, who was 2nd in the World Championship in COBALT last season, who is 10th for the moment. I don't think he's seen the checkered flag yet, has he, in this season so far. So hopefully he can do now. Joseph currently then in 8th for this day. He's on fresh tires. We're on Chris Gallagher just in front of us as well. All over the back of Billet, who's having a fantastic Grand Prix, up 5 positions there. Magnificent stuff indeed there. As of course I was pointed out by Liam, just a minute ago in the comments as well. So I'm glad that Liam's paying attention. Echo is alongside Silver. Having a look on the inside, not quite though, as he rumbles over the curbs as well. As just as I say that, Billet's now for new 4th position. He's having oh gosh, and Swanshanks has missed his breaking point. Has he got damage there? Swanshanks has. There is damage there on the Alpha Tari car, and that is not good, is it? And look at this, as Joseph taking a bit of slipstream as well. Echo's dropped down to 11th position there as well, because Silver's got past. There they are in the background there. Joseph up there, but I'm looking at this one because I'm interested in this side. Look at this, Echo's all over the back there. It's a Ferrari Williams there going down into the chicane as well, as that is Swanshanks into the pits. Unfortunately, he may have to have a safety car now or something to get himself back into this race. And Irvine has just lost out to Joseph going into turn 1 there. Spud has made the fast lap of the race in 14th position there. Enright has got past, or has it there, because Phelan's having a look on the inside there, but Jamie's got the purchase there. Great manoeuvre there for Enright then, as they're going wheel to wheel, and this is getting a bit feisty there, but Enright's up to 11th position there. Good stuff there. Echo is still, oh goodness me, Echo's alongside there. Remember Strolling hardly had a crash there in 2019. Having a look there on the inside there, and he has done a job done then for Echo, or is it? I think it is there, because Silver's had an appalling exit there, and he's lost momentum there. So Enright's now all over the back of him as well. Phelan's also all over the back as well. Oh my goodness me, and look at this, and look, Phelan's on the outside. That's magnificent. Oh, but he's not there just yet, and Ayrton's also involved as well. Remember, Ayrton's the championship leader in bronze. He doesn't, he wants to pick up points, and this is going to be a difficult day for the championship leader, isn't it? Ayrton is, so he just needs to keep calm and precise then, which is got to say, I must say, I shouldn't be thrown out any kind of advice, should I really? If anyone's ever seen my driving this, we're just watching Alibis, I'm in 5th position. How an AM static 1.5 good stuff indeed. Oh, no, as Gallagher is off the circuit there, and Gallagher is facing the wrong way, and the Alpha Towers, and Ayrton is in the wall. Ayrton's out of the Grand Prix. Oh my gosh, now Ayrton is out of the race, and that's his second DNF of the season. Oh my goodness me, and that is a crucial mistake there for Ayrton there. I am not sure what happened there. It's a safety car. Silver's back up into 10th position there, and into the pits. There comes Swanshanks as well, so he'll be happy to see Ayrton in the wall there, not from a personal point of view there, but because from a racing point of view for Swanshanks, he can have a free pit stop. Unfortunately, there, Ayrton there is out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. So that is such a shame indeed. He's going to be furious that Ayrton is there. And I think that it's almost certain that he will not be leading the championship going out of this Grand Prix. And that is his second DNF of the season there for Ayrton. Oh, goodness me, then. And I think that that is why I don't say anything, because unfortunately, it's a serious person just said there. Thanks, Sean, for throwing me for bus underthrown, bus being thrown under him, or over him, I should say. And I think I've now done the same to myself as well. So yeah, there we go. So that's a big shame now indeed. Becca saying overtakes galore. This is that Jamie got to start taking this seriously if you want to stay in the team. So we have Becca also saying, oh no, Ayrton, as that is such a shame now as well. Serious Russian there, of course, who I think is the unofficial general manager of the Haas team. Into the pits there comes Lewis Gina, so he's on the soft tires now. What about Theo? You remember he's got a 5-second penalty that he has to serve then, and also got an Alpine car in the background as well. That's Alibi, who is also changing onto the medium tires. I think that's a wing change as well, isn't it, for the Alpine car? It is indeed there, as Alibi's had some issues there. Irvine also in the pits as well, taking their chance there to get some free pit stops going then. So just now on board with Billet, who leads the Grand Prix. And remember, Billet had an absolutely outstanding Grand Prix in Azerbaijan. I think he came from 18th to finish third. Now he's come from 18th to lead the Grand Prix after 10 laps. So Billet is an absolute overtaker machine, isn't he? He certainly knows how to get through the field quite nicely indeed then. Fantastic stuff from Billet at the moment. Irvin's got a 3-second pole. He's going to be kicking that then, because that is a because that is quite that is a silly penalty to give away under the safety car, of course. I must say, I think that it's actually quite difficult to drive in the safety car, because this is where your attention goes down slightly, doesn't it? And when it goes down there, you can really make some silly errors, can't you? F1 drivers have done it in the past, haven't they? I think that Dylan Vettel got to the back of Mark Webber in 2007 at the Japanese Grand Prix in Fuji with that very heavy wet race, wasn't it? I think, though, if I remember rightly, though, I think that Lewis was summoned to the stewards, I think, a week later, wasn't he, there, for his erratic brake in there, which probably didn't help the situation there, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a heartbreaking moment for both the I think it's for the Toro Rosso back then, and of course for it was Vettel's in the Toro Rosso, and that was his first season, I think it was, for Vettel, and it wasn't even his first full season. He only made his debut a couple of races ago. Into the pits there comes Mings there, who had he was right from the back of the grid. Mings was he had a 5-place grid penalty. He's coming to the pits now, and let's see then, as the McLaren mechanics good work, the only McLaren left in the Grand Prix, thrown onto the medium tires. Like Craig R is back in the pits as well. We've also got Cryptic Alibi also come back in, and this is a strategy call then from Alibi. Oh no, listen there, that's another nose cone change there. I wonder if the Alpine car made a bit of the Alpine team made a bit of a problem there, and that is such a shame. But Cryptic Alibi now out of the pits there, and car 13 now. Of course, 13 has been quite unlucky to a lot of drivers in F1. Well, I say a lot of them. I'm thinking of one Pastor Maldonado, of course, but hopefully for Critical Alibi, it's going to be his lucky charm then, as he comes out of the pits as well. Oh no, and Irvine has now got there's a 5-second penalty then for Irvine, unfortunately, as it looks like that Irvine and Phelan has come to blows and under the safety car as well, so they're not going to be very happy, are they, at the end of this one? And that is going to be crucial in Irvine's quest for some points here tonight in the Red Bull car at the moment. And Irvine's only scored in one race so far, which is the Monaco Grand Prix. Just watching Billet there, he's leading the Grand Prix at the moment. I think he's loving life in bronze, isn't he, Billet? It's, ever since Billet has debuted in bronze, and I love this stat then, ever since Billet has debuted in bronze, and every race he's participated in, he scored points in every single Grand Prix that Billet has participated in bronze. So hats off to him. That's a very good stuff indeed then. And now then, we're just getting ready to go again. And there's the green lights are on the safety car, but that usually means when lap cars. Oh, and now it's now the lights are out then, and we're going green then, and that's a very late safety car call. And I think that the cars are quite spread out. When is Billet going to go then? well, I thought it was going, but the safety car stayed out here, so there's some major problems at the moment now, and there's a 3-second penalty. The safety car stayed out then, but I'm not sure if we're green or not. I think that we still have to follow the safety car. There's the lights then, and there's Billy going to take the safety car. I'm not sure what you should do here, and he's tried overtaking the safety car. That's not the way to do it. And I think the safety car's lights have gone off then, but I think that the safety car is still out of the road there, because this is this is a bit anarchy there. As into the pits there comes again Alibi. I think that's his third lap in a row. So safety car is still out there, albeit the lights are off then. There must have been some miscommunication somewhere, but either way then the safety car is still out there. So I think there's going to be an extra lap behind the safety car. We're hoping it comes in, otherwise Bert Mylander has lost his radio communication there. There are the lights and they're off, but I can't even see if anyone's in that car, to be fair. But either way, but either way, then the safety car is staying on, and so Billet then, I think he's got to get ready, hasn't he? Then? So hopefully a safety car being in the end of this lap, and then we can go race again. Then. But yeah, this is confusing for the drivers. I thought it was very late then for the safety car to come out. For the safety car to come in, wasn't it? As the lights went off then, but safety car went back around there. Critic Alibi has done another pit stop then. I think Critic Alibi has done 3 pit stops so far in this race then, in the first 12 laps then. I got to say, at that rate he's going to be going on. I think he's going to be in double figures by the end of this one, but hopefully he's got rid of those safety cars, as hopefully he's got rid of those pit stops now, and they can go back, and then he can now finish the race on those soft tires, on medium tires. I'm not sure if he will though. 8 second penalty there for Irvine for Phelan, 5 seconds for Swanshanks, 3 for Craig, Cryptic and Enright as well. Those are the penalty situations at the moment, as we're now, as the safety car has now come into the pit set, and now we're going to be green again. So that was a bit of confusion, and I think I said a bit of penalty as well because of that confusion there, but we're back racing then, and here we go then, let's go then, and yes, we're back racing once again, and so Billet there is going to defend that for Joseph. They go down to turn 1 there, and Billet there doing a great job to repel the attack into the pit set. There's 2 drivers in the pit set. It's a Phelan and Mings there's coming to the pit set. We're just watching Gallagher, who's all over the back now. Joseph, he's weaving this way and that way, not quite though, as Joseph there has the high ground, he has the position there. Oh, Gallagher on the snub oversteer as well. I'm on board now. He was facing the wrong way at one point now, but he's in third position again, and look at that, Enright's on the outside. That door's going to close. It has closed there for Enright. Enright there trying to pick his spots, so this is, he's trying to get himself back into this one there, in this race. He's had a bit of a difficult race so far, Enright is, but he's still in 4th position there, so it's still going fine for Enright then. And I'm just looking backwards, and this is Spudhead. Looking back is one of the Aston Martins, Lewis Hughes on the soft tires. Then we got Alibi and Craig, who's going up wheel to wheel. That's contact, and he has spun around Craig as Enright's got past Gallagher and moved up into a third position there, and now Echo's also got past Gallagher as well, and he's now dropped down to 5th position there. So Gallagher's lost 2 positions then down the hairpin as well, unfortunately, and that is such a shame. And so Gallagher now in a third, now dropped down into, and he's in the pits. There's problems there. There's problems there for the outfit, and Spurs got 3-second penalty as well. What a shame there. Back in the front then, and once again, I'm looking as well. Got yellow flags that down is one of the Mercedes cars of Phelan's having some issues as well. Billet still leads the Grand Prix. He's repelling the attack quite nicely indeed, isn't he? Billet is there from Joseph in 2nd and Enright in 3rd position there. Great stuff indeed. Lewis G has now got past Silver and moved up into 4th position there. Just watching this battle here, that it's getting very elbows out, isn't it? They're all around the circuit at the moment. I'm loving this. This is great racing as well. Oh goodness me, those Spudhead they're almost having some issues there. Theo has got some issues there because he's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh, he's a stop oversteer there, and now it's going to be music to Irvine's ears and eyes there, as he is now right underneath the gearbox there, as Phelan is out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. So he's just coming to the pit lane, and it looks like he's called it a day, unfortunately. So that's such a shame then, and going down into the airport as well. Look at that, almost at 4 lock there, accelerating away there. So this is the top 4 cars there. Lewis G is now on soft tires as well, so he's going to be involved in this one in the not too distant future as well. And look at this, as the slipstream is going on then, as remember though that what happened in Azerbaijan there for Billet there, so he doesn't want to be too over aggressive here. Echo's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh, Enright's off! Enright is off as well. I've swallowed my tongue again. Oh gosh, and that's spun it into the barrier in a major way, you tell you. Oh my goodness me, it's a safety car here again, and the Wall of Champions claims another victory in this incredible Grand Prix. We only have half distance yet, we're down to 13 cars. Oh my word, there, absolutely incredible stuff, to say the very least. Then is that Gallagher is now going to be back into the back of the crocodile here. Oh my goodness, they're going to run out of tyres, aren't they? These drivers are eventually, because they can't keep running the pits. And remember, they are limited to amount of tyres there. So that's not good at all, is it? There, if they're going to keep coming in and out of the pits. Billet, though, is keeping his composure at the moment. He hasn't come in the pits just yet. He leads the Grand Prix. 13 cars remain. We have lost Artie Wheat, didn't get off the line there. Ross G and Camera Racer, Vintage, Ayrton, Phelan and Spud all out of the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, Phelan might be kicking himself there because he's just retired the car, and the safety cars come out there. So really, you've always got to be in it to win it, don't you? As the National Lottery used to be National Lottery slogan, I think. Who's going to come in the pits then? Well, the vote then. I think that Billet hasn't come in the pits just yet. Joseph came in the pits earlier on this race, and Joseph at the moment using his ERS there under the safety car. So I'm wondering what that is. And that is why then he is coming into the pits. And Billet is staying out then. So all the runners are staying on there. But Lewis G, of course, our pole sitter, is staying outside the circuit as well then. So into the pits now comes the Aston Martin. I wonder if Lewis G might want to come in the pits. So that's the problem with having two top drivers there, isn't it? And the Aston Martin team there is on the front row of the grid together. Unfortunately, they might compromise each other's stops there. And I think that might have been why Lewis G didn't go to the pits. He's done 6 laps on the soft tires, or perhaps he wants to stay out there. So Joseph now out in 7th position there. Echo in 8th position. Silver coming out in 9th position, and 10th position is Emrite on soft tires. Hard tires for the 3 drivers in front of him. As there goes Gallagher, who has done 2 laps on these hard tires, and so he's going very long into this Grand Prix then. And there's Mings there in 13th position as well. So here is the safety car at the moment now, as we are just now trying to, try to get hopefully back into a groove in this race. Then Becca saying controversial as Billet is staying out at the moment. So Billet seems to be very happy with his strategy call at the moment, but he does have a very fresh shod soft tyre of Lewis G behind him now. So I've got to say it's going to be very difficult to defend, isn't it, when that safety car comes in. Goodness gracious me. Sam saying stop sending Spurt Molander out. He's getting fed up now. So that is as he's getting fed up now. Well, Charles, I think Bert Molander there, he had a day off in Monaco, didn't he, there, which was a bit rude. So just watching Echo in Silver again, a bit. Safety car's in at the end of this lap then. Hopefully the safety car actually comes in this time, then we could be back racing again then. And here we go then. Let's get going then for the start of the race there. As Billet is almost to the back of the safety car there, Billet is there. So I think he's really caught the drivers unaware. So that's very clever strategy there from Billet. I'm liking that. Great stuff indeed. They're thinking on his tyres. I love it. So Billet now is leading the Grand Prix there with Lewis G in 2nd position there. Joseph's just got past Craig already. There he is. But Craig is going on the outside. I love the inside, but I think Craig's tyres is no match for Joseph's at the moment there. Of course, he's done 6 laps on these medium compound tyres there, but Joseph there has got the high ground. He's got the position as well. Back at the front then, on board now with the Aston Martin, because look at this, Lewis G there. He was almost a second back there going into the final chicane, and now he's all over the back of Billet there like a rash, isn't he? Oh my goodness gracious me, then look at this, and here he is, and so Billet leads. 2nd position is Lewis G. Theo in 3rd position. Theo at the moment is taking the lead in the World Bronze Championship at the moment, isn't he? And this is good stuff indeed, but Theo has just got to keep it calm and precise, hasn't he? Joseph has got past Swanshanks as well, and he's up in the 6th position. Joseph has tasted the victory champagne. He wants some more, doesn't he now? And he is very much going to be in this battle later on. It says we're coming up to half distance in this race, and this has been a cracking Grand Prix. It really has indeed, and there's been action galore. I've got to say, I've barely sat down in this one, and I'm no goodness me, mainly because now we've got some Echo, and we have also got Gallagher as well. They're going wheel to wheel down the back straight, and they're both on similar life of hard tyres. And Gallagher, is he going to get the race line? He does get the race line. He gets the position as well. Look at the oh gosh, there's a major incident, and it's Joseph and Swan takes him out of the Grand Prix. Oh my gosh, it's down to 11 drivers, and there's another safety car here. Oh my goodness me. Oh my word. Oh, what's going on there? And now Silver is facing the wrong way as well. This race here tonight in bronze has just been absolute anarchy. Oh my goodness me. Oh gosh. And you can overtake the safety car there. We've got Mings there just behind Mona as we're just watching Echo and Jamie Enright. Oh my goodness me. And there's another safety car here in this race. That is a awful smash there. And I've given myself cramp in my my left buttocks there. Oh my word. There's a good Billet there. I'm going to go compose myself. Billet leads the Grand Prix. Second is Lewis G, but I wonder if Lewis G's going to come in the pits this time around then. As now then he's in the hairpin then. So Lewis G in second position, soft tires. Third position is Theo. He's on the medium. Irvine is fourth, also on the medium tires. 8 laps. Billet and Craig, fifth and sixth. Craig on a great debut here tonight. Fantastic. Seventh position is Gallagher. 8th is Enright. 9th is Echo. 10th is Mings, and Silver just outside the points in 11th position there. Billet staying out again then. So Billet there is I'm not sure if the Haas team of the Haas have you got anything for Billet. My goodness me, I think I've got to say, I don't know if the Haas have banned Billet for coming in or whatnot, but he's coming to the pit here. Into the pits, there comes Lewis G. As they're now coming out now. Here we go then. So as Lewis G is now onto the medium tyres. So I should get him to the end of the race. I hypothesize then. Also out of the pits, then it's Theo as well. Enright has now done 3 laps on those medium tyres. He's got no fresh medium tyres left. Irvine's done fresh soft tyres, and Echo in 11th position as well. And almost everyone's going to score points at the moment. And here we go then. Right then, now then we're just watching as Lewis G's got 3-second time penalty here. Alibi's up into third position here now. Goodness me then. Good stuff indeed there for Alibi. Craig is up into third position there. So 6 seconds of penalty on there, but great stuff from Craig here tonight. I gotta say, whilst everyone seems to be losing their heads, Craig is keeping his on his shoulders. That's where you need to keep your head. Of course, otherwise you wouldn't be able to wear your helmet. And very good stuff indeed there for Craig. He is in third position then. Ben Gallagher, fourth position. Mings is fifth. Silver in sixth. Gallagher, Mings, and Silver. No penalties. Good stuff indeed. Same for Billet as well. Very good stuff indeed there from all those drivers. Lewis G does have a penalty. He has a 3-second penalty. Theo has a 3-second penalty as well. Jamie Enroy has a 3-second. So does Irvine. Echo has 6 seconds of penalties. Now, Billet, I think he's doing the same tactic he did before, where he's slowing everyone down then, and now he's bolted again then, Billet has said. Of course, it worked last time, and this time he hasn't got a soft runner behind him then. Out of the final turn then, Billet is looking very comfortable in this race at the moment. As already mentioned, then, Billet has scored in every single Grand Prix he's participated in a bronze then, and he's looking at set fair again then here tonight then. On board with Craig at the moment, who's making his debut tonight then in a strong third position there. Gallagher in fourth at the moment. And Gallagher all over the back of Craig at the moment. But Craig is not going to be yielding just yet, is he? But Craig, just I said that, and then look at this, Gallagher through there. That's a problem for Craig then. I'm wondering if Craig there might have just fought better off it then. He's done 9 laps on these tyres, and Mings has got past. Oh, goodness me, that's a spin, and Silver's in the wall. It's a glancing blow, but it's a blow nonetheless. I think he might have damaged the car ever so slightly. On the Ferrari switching ends there, Theo. He was a leader of the World Championship as it stands at the moment, and coming to the end of this race there. Of course, everybody just needs to make sure that he just needs to make sure that he keeps his nose clean, does he? That's what he wants to do in this race, literally and figuratively. Keep his head down now. Theo does that, of course. He is 2 points behind Ayrton in the World Championship. Ayrton can't do anything about that now. He's out of the Grand Prix. Enright there is having a almighty scrap with Irvine, and Irvine's now got past Enright and moved up into 8th position there. Enright's dropped down to 9th. Can those soft tyres go to the end from there? Possibly. I don't really know the answer. As we're going into turn 1 once again then. Irvine's had the fast lap and followed by Echo as well, and the incidents have been action galore here. Remember, we had, I think this is the first race in Formula 1 and back in 99 where it finished beyond the safety car, I think in the Canadian Grand Prix, where Frenton had a big old smash at that corner there, I believe it was. I think he had brake failure, didn't he, in the Jordan? Or was it around here? I can't remember. There was gravel back then, and it kind of, I think both of those corners did look quite similar. So just watch it. Oh, Echo's out of the Grand Prix. Echo is out of the race set, and oh, that's right in the middle of the circuit. How has that happened there? And Billet's lost the lead. Oh, no, he hasn't, because now he hasn't left the lead. Now he hasn't lost the lead there because Cryptic is out, and now he's all over the back. I don't even know what I'm saying. And now we got Cryptic. Oh my gosh, he's going on the inside there. He's up the inside track position there. Billet's trying to go on the outside, and so is Gallagher. Gallagher's up in the second position now. Billet driving down the third. Mings is fourth, and there's Craig also in there as well. Oh, and now Mings is now up into a solid fourth position there. And now Cryptic is now going to be feeling a bit of the sinking feeling now, because at the inside goes, oh goodness me, there is Battalion Boy. It's not giving up just yet. There's a bullet drum down the order. Then all these 10 cars will now score a point set in this race. That is if we finish that, of course, they have to get to the end of the Grand Prix, and well, they have to still be in the car. So more often than not, that as Lewis G then is now in a 6th position. But Theo is having a look as well. Then Irvine has gone a bit wide here, which might entice Enright then, and still we're just back in the moment in the Ferrari, and Crypto Galaboy still leads. So second position now is Gallagher. Now we've got Billet, who's starting to drop batting to Mings is having a look then, but no dice at the moment. He's all over the back of Billet. Billet has been on these tires since the start of the Grand Prix, as he is trying to nurse to a sensible window, and I think he's trying to go on the soft tires, but he's got no defence now. So I think the Billet needs another safety car here if he wants to get this strategy to work there. But those tires, and you can see them, those tires are not looking too happy at the moment, are they? They are going to be well past their best, and they ain't going to pass an MOT test at the moment. Just watching Lewis G there going on the inside. Then of course he was the pole position then, as Craig has gone wide. Then Craig's gone very wide. Then look at this. And we've also got Enright, who's got past Irvine as well. Enright moving past the Red Bull driver and up into 8th position as well. Good manoeuvre there from Irvine, back on board with the Ferrari field. But I think that we're going to should be more concerned about what Craig is doing here, and what Lewis G is doing. Is going into the final chicane as well. This is where Enright's got another 3-second penalty, and Enright is out of the Grand Prix. And oh goodness me, and that's it at the final chicane again. That chicane has been brutal, and Enright there is going to get a point, but he's out of the Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me, and Enright is going to be furious with that. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Is it going to be a safety car? I don't think it is, to be honest, because we would have expected a safety car by now. Oh my goodness me then. As a lot of the calls in the comments there is asking Billet to pit at the moment, but Billet is not pitting, is he there? As Billet there is going to, but he's going to be feeling the crunch now, is he, from the drivers behind. I have no idea who's going to win this Grand Prix. This has been absolute anarchy so far. Lovely shot here from the rear of the first. Oh my goodness me, look at that nose cone of the Mercedes there. Oh my goodness gracious me, absolutely incredible stuff. As we got to Mings there, who's up on the inside. Mings is now up into 2nd position in the McLaren, and yes, and he's got the fresher tyres. He's got the fresh medium tyres, and 10 laps there compared to Critical Galaboy's 12 lap road tyres. Then Gallagher's on the hard tyres as well, and I wonder if those medium tyres are going to be able to get to the end there. Absolutely anarchy seats. And we've lost 11 drivers in this Grand Prix, haven't we? There, it's been that final turn, and it's been absolutely brutal to say the least. Lewis G is now all over the back of Billet, and Billet and is aiming to score quite highly as well. But Lewis G there still wants to get a podium at the very least, and I wonder if Lewis G may have the strategy perfect here, because he might be able to win it. But he's gone on the grass there. He's on the grass, and now he's come back on there, and we've got Irvine there who's sneaking past as well, and Craig is on the look on the inside, and Billet there almost contact, and Alan bites off, and he's in the wall there, and he's right in the middle of the second. Oh my goodness me, and Craig breaks it, and he's got it to the back of Billet, and he's out of the Canadian Grand Prix, and oh my gosh, and the Aston Martin had to take a base of action as well. Oh my goodness gracious me, and Critical Boy's going to get 2 points, Craig's going to get 4 points here on his Davidson on them, but yellow flags again, as they are just falling by the wayside. What's the least amount of cars ever finished an ALR race? Well, I'm not sure, but I think that we're close to the record here tonight, and Mings and Gallagher are banging wheels, and Gallagher leads the Grand Prix. Mings is now right underneath the gear box as well, and then we're going down into the chicane as well. Irvine's now up into 3rd position. My goodness me, Irvine had a nightmare qualifying, but my goodness me, today he's on course for a podium position as well. I know there he is in the background there. As Billet still doesn't come in the pitch mode, I think he's trying to ride his luck here and see if he can get another safety car, but I'm wondering then if we're all out of safety cars now, as the field is quite nicely spread out in this race. 11 laps to go in the Grand Prix. Gallagher is trying to fend off Mings now, and of course I think the hard tires get to the end then, but will the medium tires get to the end from here? Possibly is my prediction there then. Well, sorry, it's my opinion there, I should say. And Theo in 5th position now. This is, remember, Theo is Billet there. They're sliding, and those tires are very much past their best now. And up into 4th position now goes Theo. Then he's a couple of seconds away from Irvine, who's on the soft tires. Going to the end of this race. Can Irvine win this Grand Prix? I think that I'm starting to realise that Irvine might be able to win this one now. And with the battling two, they're really very much going at hammer and tongs as well. This is absolutely incredible stuff indeed. And flying down the back straight as well. There's as the McLaren is harvested, but Mings is not harvested now. He is flying past Gallagher into a turn one. Mings leads the Grand Prix, and just goes for his Mings on a bit of oversteer there on the exit of the chicane as well. And he's going for it. He's having a look into turn one there. He's got the momentum. He's side by side, but I think that Mings has the high ground. Gallagher's got a 3-second penalty for his troubles. Into the pits. There comes a bullet. Then Lewis G is now up in the 6th position. That's a hell of a strategy. That's a hell of a stint there on those medium tyres there for Bullet. Now go to the soft tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. Bullet is then. So he's going to be quite quick in the final stage of the Grand Prix, but he needs something to bunch up the field then, which is probably a safety car, is what he would like there. Mings, no penalties, of course, and same with Silver as well. And so those drivers are doing a absolutely fantastic, doing an absolutely incredible Grand Prix at the moment on board with Gallagher at the moment now, as just on board now with Gallagher as well. He's a second back at the moment. So I think the Minx now has the pace, doesn't he? Now he's going to pull away, and let's see what he can do then. And here he goes, that accelerates the way then. So Minx has now got out of the DRS range as well now. So then this is absolutely perfect there for Minx, and potentially get his first Grand Prix win of his career in a bronze as well. And here he is, and so that is perfect stuff indeed. That we're just watching Irvine, who's about a second and a half back, and so he is now their target in second position. And there is Irvine in the background there, and this is what we want to see from Irvine, is that we haven't seen the best of Irvine, I don't think, in a bronze yet. He was second in the Grand Prix, second in the World Championship in COBALT last season, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant stuff from Irvine, wasn't it? He was I think he had the most Grand Prix wins in COBALT, or the joint the most, didn't he? As a bullet now with the 6th position there, but we haven't seen the best of him in bronze just out of Irvine, but now he is this is a very golden opportunity then to get a podium then. He's gone course for a podium down there with Theo, who's 8 seconds back at the moment there. Joseph saying, come on Irvine there. Fantastic then. Fantastic support there from Joseph with Irvine there. Of course, these two used to be, they were the first ever constructors world champions for COBALT last season, and now then Joseph is cheering from the sidelines as well. Now accelerated away before coming on the back straight as well. He is still outside of DRS at the moment in time, isn't he? And so he's got no DRS just yet. And Bullet is 13 seconds back from Lewis G, who's in 5th position. And only 7 cars remain out of the 20 to start then, as Mings is in the pits, and so Mings is in the pits and for the McLaren team, and goodness me, and he is coming to the pits, and so the McLaren team going toward it, so he's going to have a sprint finish, and the McLaren driver is there, and let's see what he can do there. Lewis now coming out in 4th position there, so a bit too far back in the road, so Lewis G now in 4th position there. Mings is going to be quick at the end of this Grand Prix, isn't he? Oh my goodness gracious me. And now on board then with Theo. Theo is and Phillips at the fast lap race. He's flying out the road, and now we're back on board with Irvine. 28 out of 35. And hopefully it is hopefully it's just now starting to calm down slightly, because oh my word, I've had a lot of work to do tonight. Oh, I'm going to have a lie down tonight. Oh my goodness gracious me. But Irvine is now in DRS range. Goodness me, that Irvine, who's won in COBALT, can he win in bronze tonight as well? Oh, this is going to be a fabulous finish into an action-packed Grand Prix here in Montreal. Is it going to be 5 for 5 in the first 5 races in bronze? Oh my, it's been a bit of a 2012 start to the season, hasn't it? We had 7 Grand Prix wins in the first 7 races there. I know we could have the same again here. Oh my goodness me, I thought he's going to the back of Gallagher. Silver's got a 3-second penalty to come across the line. Talking of penalties, we'll have a look at that in just a few moments there. Irvine crossed the line there. Theo is about 3.5 seconds back in the moment there. Irvine's got to take his time. He has the high ground, but how long those soft tires going to last for? Is the advantage going to swing back to Gallagher, and Gallagher going for his first Grand Prix win? So is Irvine. Theo's has already had a Grand Prix win. He's had 2 Grand Prix wins. Irvine getting a bit skittish there out of turn 4, so he's got to be careful, hasn't he? He's got to be careful indeed. Just take a look at pit go to the end, and points there for Curly. Then Becca saying, I think Minks is going to win this on penalties as well. Seriously saying Liam's got more Sean at you selfish git. We have also got critical by saying 10 on a fresh softs is needed as well. I'm trying to catch up with the comments there, and I think that was kind of butchered really, wasn't it? Silver's got a 3-second penalty penalty for his troubles at the moment. And that's a very good point about the penalties. Let's take a look then. Sophis said the penalties you ask it, you shall receive. 3 seconds for the front two. 6 seconds for Theo, but he's catching. He is catching. Theo is there. I feel that the tire strategy is now starting to swing in Gallagher's way. Then 3 seconds for Lewis as well. Mings has got to be within 3 seconds of the drivers in front. Then where is he? He's coming into the final chicane as well. Going to keep an eye on that one. Let's take a look at the overall leaders. That Mings is 11 seconds back with 6 laps to go. Then it is doable, isn't it? It's definitely doable indeed. That for Mings. So we keep an eye on that one. Theo does have 6 seconds worth of penalties there, but he's gained a second over these front two in the last couple of laps. And there is the Ferrari right behind us. Mings 10 seconds back from the Grand Prix lead at the moment. So he's already gained half a second in the first intermediate split alone. Now we got 2 more splits as well on that pace. So he's going to be up with him in the couple of laps or so, isn't it? Oh goodness gracious me then. Oh goodness gracious me, then this is going to be an absolute epic ending to the Canadian Grand Prix. Remember, we've got one more race at LR tomorrow, and it is COBALT tomorrow night. Oh, Irvine get a bit squirrely on the old rear there, and there's Theo in the background there. He is coming. Theo is coming there. There he is, the Ferrari. Oh my golly gosh! Remember, though, Theo's got overtaken. He's got 5 3 seconds on these two. He's got 5 3 seconds on these two as well. At the moment, he is doing that. He is able to gap that if he can get past, of course. As the great Murray Walker says, so catching is one thing, passing is quite another. Indeed it is that. Of course, there's 3 the DRS lids around here then, so it does make it quite easy. Mings is now 8.9 seconds away, as unfortunately Spud is left for such an error. Spud, who had a huge incident, didn't he? Unfortunately, he's down in 14th position there, and there's no points out for the Williams driver then, which is such a shame. And just taking a look then down there from the heli cam at the moment. Seriously, to say Mings has got this. Damn, I said no predictions there. As Troy said, Lewis will win. I think if there's no more safety cars, and Lewis currently in 4th position there, I gotta say that your guess is as good as mine on this Grand Prix, because I have absolutely no earthly idea. I do think that the soft tires are now starting to go off then, because look, there's Theo. Theo is now in the DRS zone of Irvine then. Who's look at those brake discs glowing then before accelerates the way he's getting that back end is not feeling very compliant anymore. 7.3 seconds the gap is at the moment now, and then now flying across the line is now they want to see the tires in the comments. My word, they're keeping me on my toes now. And there we go, we got the tire strategy on the tower as well. And look there, Irvine's all over the back. Yellow flags as the second Ferrari. Silva is facing the wrong way out of turn 7, I think it is, and everyone's going for the lead. He's going for the lead. This is his opportunity. It was then, but he couldn't quite make it stick, could he? Lap 32 out of a 35. Oh my golly gosh, then this is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Back on board of Irvine then. I was thinking that the soft tires are going off, but I absolutely have no earthly idea then. Look at the top 3 then, absolutely fighting out hammer and tongs in this race. I'm absolutely loving this. This is fantastic, isn't it? Theo though, who remember, he's still got to catch, pass, and pass 2 cars then if he wants to win this Grand Prix. Not only 2 cars, he has to pass 2 cars, and he also has to scamper up the road as well and find 3 seconds there in this Ferrari. Silva's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane now. Unfortunately for the Ferrari driver there, but he needs to keep going now. Of course, he doesn't want to get a DNF there and risk points deduction there in the Ferrari camp there, because I think he's doing a good job to even be in this race still. This race has been a heavy rate. It's been a heavy rate for retirements, hasn't it? Only 7 cars remain. Yes, 7. We had 20 cars at the start of this race. Only 7 remain. I'm not sure. Oh no, Irvine's got another penalty now. I think that's his day done and dusted then for the Grand Prix lead perhaps, but he's still going for it. He's going for it. He's going to break Gallagher. No, Gallagher has still got the high ground at the moment. And look at these top 3: AlphaTauri, Red Bull, Ferrari. Incredible stuff. Then we've seen the dark green of the Aston Martin, who was also flashing in the background as well. Mings is still 4 seconds away at the moment. Let's just take a look at the I'm trying to look. So there's the no, we don't the fast up there. It's the interval. No, we don't. That's the leader. Look as Mings is now almost within that 3-second range. Mings is also in that. It's already in that 3-second range. And for maybe the Grand Prix win here. Oh, this is going to be absolutely fantastic scenes. We're going to see a Papaya McLaren in the background in the not too distant future there. Oh my golly gosh, that as well going down into the hairpin in as a field. And remember, Theo's got to think about the championship fight. And I think he's at the moment he is the only driver in this battling race at the moment. This is thinking about the championship as accelerating away and now going down the back straight as well. And Irvine is just a bit too quick at the moment. Now he's got a lot of pace as he down that back straight. There is a McLaren in the background. That is Mings. So he is catching. He is 7 tenths of a second. He's 5 tenths of a second away. 4 tenths of a second away. 3 tenths of a second away. Irvine is having a look. He's a 2 tenths of a second away as the silver is out of the Grand Prix. Oh gosh, there he's done a trilly. He's gone for the pit exit there. And that's such a shame then. That 34 out of 35 then. And Mings is 2 tenths of a second away. He's 1 tenth of a second away. Billet's in the pits there. And I'm not supposed to have the billet there, but I think that is an unscheduled stop there for Billet because I think the soft tires could have gone a little bit long there. Irvine to correct the oversteer then of the Red Bull then. And look at this, and that car is starting to really slide, isn't it? I think those soft tires may be done and dusted now, aren't they? Oh my golly gosh then. And look at this then, and oh my word there. Oh gosh, I'm too excited. I can't even speak anymore. Gallagher still leads over by 3 tenths of a second, but Theo's coming. He's got the full beats and on the outside. Oh well, and then they're going into the back of the car. No, they have there. My goodness me, how did they judge their braking points after 34 laps of epic race in there? Their minds must be tired. How are they able to keep going in this race? I can't even speak. How are they able to drive? How are they able to use their tools at their disposal to keep the cars going? The 5 drivers then who are battling for the lead in the same picture on the final lap then of the Canadian Grand Prix. 35 out of 35. Gallagher, Irvine, Theo, Lewis, Mings then all in the same shot, all fighting for position. However, the lack of penalties from the McLaren driver from Mings means at the moment that he has the high ground. He has the position. He can just sit there and smile and wave. And as he knows that he has the lack of time penalties, doesn't he? He just needs to concentrate with one more lap to go. Just 2.7 miles left to go in this Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me! And so Mings he just has not got to lose a second, and he has won this Grand Prix. And look at Theo. He is getting aggressive. Oh, Theo's had a clout with the outside barrier. We had a smash there on Sunday with Murphy, and I think it was danger times, wasn't there, in the Williams car. And Theo's having a look then, but no dice then going down into the hairpin. And now accelerating. Oh, Theo they're giving him a bit of a barge there. And now here comes Mings then, who's now all over the back as well. Mings has judged his strategy to absolute perfection there. Absolute mega stuff indeed. And you've been asking for the penalties. There they are then. Mings is now in the full position there. So Mings is now in the full position. And he passes Lewis G. Lewis G has gone back on the inside there. Lewis has got a 3-second penalty. Again, it's made customer competition there. As Gallagher crosses the line first, but it's going to be Mings who wins his first Grand Prix here in Canada. Oh my goodness me, what an absolute incredible Grand Prix. Oh my gosh, there. Mings, his first Grand Prix win of his career. 5 Grand Prix winners in the first 5 races here in bronze there. And what a classic season for this has turned out to be. Gallagher second, Irvine third, Theo in 4th tonight, then with Lewis G in 5th, and Billet in a 6th position then. Oh my goodness me, and that was an absolutely incredible Grand Prix. It really was indeed that, and I think that I'm wondering now as Mings gets started today as well. Well, I'm not going to argue with that. I'm like, oh my word. I'm absolutely knackered after that one. This is absolutely incredible stuff indeed. And there he is there, Mings, who's on top of the podium now. He's the 5th Grand Prix winner in the first 5 races there. And McLaren, that's the second time they're on top step there, with the Alpha Tauri in 2nd position and the Red Bull in 3rd position as well. So Sirius Run saying, right. Invite COBALT. I want more then. Oh goodness me, absolutely incredible stuff. But let's take a final look at the classification then from the Canadian Grand Prix, shall we? Silver getting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix there, so hats off to Silver there, and he also gets a good selection of points there for the Ferrari team. The no penalties there for Billet or for Mings. Very good stuff for both those drivers, but the lack of penalties for Mings from last on the grid. He had a 5-place grid penalty. I couldn't even remember that. He had a 5-place grid pony, came from absolute last there, came through the field to win the Canadian Grand Prix. Oh, absolutely stunning stuff indeed. That fantastic there. Gallagher in second position in the end there. And of course, he judged the strategy quite good, nice indeed. Irvine from 19th to 3rd. My golly gosh there. Theo in 4th position there, and that's good for Theo because I think he takes the lead in the World Championship. Lewis G in 5th there. Bullet in 6th and Silver in 7th. And those are the only Bullet is the only drivers, up to Bullet is the only drivers to finish there. Silver retired from the Grand Prix but gets points. So does Craig, Alabite and Enright. They all get points. Also retired them is Echo, Swanshanks, Joseph, Spud, Phelan, Ayrton, Vintage, Camera Racer, Ross and RDW all retired then from this epic Grand Prix. And of course, I've been joined in the commentary box now by our top 3 drivers then. And wow, one driver who was at the back of the field then. I've got to say, Mings, I didn't expect I was going to be talking to you tonight. Fantastic stuff there from 20th on the grid there. What is your feelings right now? Shocking. Let's go to bed. Ben, second today. I was on the hard tires at the end of that race today. I got to say, he was so close, but no cigar. Do you have your sorry to interrupt that? Do you have your mic enabled at all or anything like that? So we can able to hear you in the party kind of thing. I can hear you, but I don't think I can hear you on the stream. Oh. Do I need to do something? Hang on. Here we go. Hang on, let me go to the options. Oh, I'm turning on my camera now. That's not good. Oh, gosh. Oh, my. Sharing party. You would think I would know this by now, wouldn't you? It's not like I've been doing this for 6 seasons. Right, let's go to more. How do I share it in the party? I've got to say, I thought you have to just do it on the beginning kind of thing. It's the worst part of the stream for me. I get so nervous now with this. All right, hang on a bit. Whilst I'm just trying to get this going. Irvine, give us a wave. Give us a shout out if you can. How are you today? Hang on a bit. No, I can't hear you either. Oh no! Well, this I go. Well, is it?
I think these interviews are going just as well as the race did.
Well, I think it's all on, so I don't actually know what to do really. Technical, because I think I just heard Liam in that, so I'm not sure why. All right, what we may have to do, we may have to leave it there and do an interview, do interviews before next race or something. If that's all right with you guys. And then we'll find something to do because we'll get all you guys in because I want to chat to you guys. Anyway, that's it. Unfortunately, that's a bit anticlimactic. That wasn't it? Really, technology. Eh? I work in IT and I can't even work a bike. We'll see you tomorrow night though for COBALT then. But from tonight in bronze, 5 different Grand Prix wingers, which was Mings there from 20th on the grid. Gallagher finished second today. Irvine finished third as well. I'm so disappointed I couldn't talk to him. We'll see you in tomorrow night then in 24 hours time. Good night.